Yeah, it's a podcast.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yes. Yeah. This is episode 8 of the Hot Air Outtake podcast. And, I mean, as always, us organising this podcast is about, as organised as the splash image that's probably the leading image of Nissan for this podcast. Episode 8. It's been a while because our schedules have just not lined up.
No, not in the slightest.
It's been very unfortunate. I was on holiday last week. That was all right. Went to Liverpool, saw some friends.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it was all right. But other than that, you know, I mean, just imagine that for like maybe 1.5 months. There was just always like one of us had a week where we were unavailable.
Yeah, basically.
It's very unfortunate.
Pretty much. But we're back.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're back. Things have happened. Not quite at the frequency that they were last year. Last year was we were always taking notes and doing stuff. But certainly enough time has passed where more stuff has happened.
Yeah.
So I think we'll just dive straight into the first show and tell, which...
yes.
I think I've guessed the theme of.
Well, so... Yeah, the theme of this is... tat that car manufacturers put their name on, pretty much. Some of it more tatty than other bits. Let's just jump straight into it.
I'm just going to say I am a little bit annoyed because this was what I had initially planned to do show and tell for before I did, I something else happened last minute that I subbed in. And I was planning, I'll do this next episode.
No.
Oh, really? Oh, well, great.
But that does mean I have my own additions to this after you're done. So.
Excellent. I look forward to hearing them. I've had to be quite selective because there is an enormous world of automotive shit.
Yeah.
It is a rich vein. It is the mines of Moria.
It is. I've tried to... My thesis going in, not thesis, bollocks all that. I wanted to find bits from various different times. I didn't want it all to be stuff that you can buy now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an eclectic mix of eras in here.
Yeah.
And price points and target markets. So... and a couple of them, including this first one, the Maybach pipe.
Wow.
I'd quite like you to guess how much they expect you to pay for the privilege of a Maybach pipe.
I think this is going to be one of those things where you think of a number and then triple it and then double it and then you're close. I'm going to say...
I don't know.
I'm going to say £500.
Oh, fuck, that's exactly what I was going to say. Price is Right rules, 501.
Right, well then.
Well, it's I've got the price in US dollars.
Hmm.
And the price in US dollars is 1,768.
Fucking hell.
So that's a win for me, baby.
Freedom bucks. It is handmade in Germany.
That's crazy.
Of a quote special aluminium alloy. It doesn't say what's special about it. Just that it is a special alloy. Apparently,
it's just very special. You must believe.
You have to believe. It's got a Maybach badge on it. Of course, it's special.
It's special.
And it comes in a calf skin pouch. Apparently.
We didn't just kill any cow for this. We killed a baby cow.
Wow.
we killed a baby cow, and the aluminium is special. We promise. I know nothing about pipes, and care very little about Maybach.
So not the product for you.
It's not the product for me.
So what you're saying is I've wasted $1,700 for your birthday.
It's okay, man. I'll start smoking. I'll take up smoking.
Oh, you're too kind.
I'll start.
You're too kind.
I'll start. I'm gonna leave Audiopoly. Actually, Audiopoly is one of my favourites. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna go down instead.
Wait, so hang on. Technically, because of the portmanteau, wouldn't it be like Audiopoly, like audio?
But yeah, that is how. Yeah, that is probably how you would. Audiopoly. Well, hopefully, if you take a look at the picture,
darling.
If you look at the picture, they've really, really fucked with the fonts in a way that's very unpleasing. They've just smashed them together to make sure you read it correctly. We'll come back to Audiopoly. Firstly, we have the Simpletech portable Pininfarina.
What? What is it? It's like
it's an external hard drive.
Oh. Wow. What is it? It's is it Fruitier Air or whatever you call it? That is such a 2000s like picture of dolphin diving. Like clear tech, it really suits that. Your Pininfarina.
It is from the early 2000s.
Beautiful.
It's a 2.5-inch hard disk drive. From that particular example, I believe, is from 2006. I think they were available for a few years, actually.
We should start backing up everything onto these
We
exclusively.
should.
Like this podcast, and it's like the crunchiest audio you've ever heard. It's been brought to you by the Pininfarina Simpletech. It's like 250 meg.
I can still hear the disc in this spinning.
So I found a contemporary review of this external hard drive. So that particular example, the silver one, was 100 gigabytes.
Wow.
In 2006 and cost $199, which it would appear is not enormously cost competitive, but also not totally outrageous.
Yeah.
It's generally pretty well reviewed. It's got very normal read and write speeds, presumably because Pininfarina only designed the exterior.
Yes. And of course, because Pininfarina designed it, it went faster.
Yeah,
absolutely. Extremely aerodynamic hard drive. The one thing that hard drives aren't nowadays, that they really should be, is more aerodynamic. So I was doing some reading on some forums as well. I actually did a little bit of a deep dive into a couple of these. And the reason why I reckon it was around for a few years is because I saw someone on a forum talking about having a 1 terabyte version of the 2.5-inch Simpletech Pininfarina. And they were saying that at the time they bought it, while it was still new, the terabyte was the cheapest external 1 terabyte drive you could buy.
Wow.
Which is remarkable. I've got no way of fact checking that. I just thought it was interesting. I imagine they were maybe having trouble selling them.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I like the way it looks, but it just looks so impractical. Like.
Yeah, like I imagine if I had that on my desk, it looks like the kind of thing it would just like rock.
Yeah. Yeah, and rocking is not a great thing for spinning disk drive.
It's not been used to describe most anything else designed by Pininfarina either.
No.
Right, Pininfarina done a guitar. Like, if Pininfarina did a guitar, then maybe rocking would fit a bit better. But anyway, yes. What the fuck is this Lamborghini thing?
Okay, we'll do the Lamborghini thing next. Yeah. Okay, I want you to guess the price on this one again.
Oh, God.
Okay, I've worked it out. This is some kind of, like, speaker. Like, sound bar thing.
This is a speaker, yes.
It's so ugly.
Again, the price is in US dollars.
I'm gonna say two. I'm gonna say $2,000.
I'm gonna go with $2,500.
Okay. You're out by quite a lot.
Oh, God.
Okay.
$25,800.
Does that ugliest looking speaker in the world? That's great. That's
now
really
let me tell you some things about it.
They've got to have like dismantled an actual Lamborghini for it to be worth that much.
Is it carbon fiber?
So It is a built-to-order carbon fiber monocoque.
Oh.
And it uses real Lamborghini exhaust components as part of the audio system. And the button you use to turn it on is actually the start-stop button from a real Lamborghini.
Kind of cool. Still hideous, but kind of cool.
Oh, it's absolutely dreadful. But it's a proper Lamborghini licensed product made by Exhaust. I don't fucking know.
Right.
With officially licensed to Lamborghini colours. They're all handmade. They're handmade somewhere. I don't know where. And yeah, they are carbon fiber monocoque construction with real exhaust pipes, which is absurd. And
what do you think the people who buy these are playing through them? Like,
that's a good question.
Like, if you have 25 grand to drop on this, like,
yeah, because
you're already such a fascinating individual to me. Like, I want to know what you're
studied in a lab.
Exactly. Like this person's music taste is either the most bland, nothing, like, I don't like to use the term, but like NPC music, or it's got to be fucking banana wild stuff. Like clown music.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's going to be like every song is a Skrillex remix, is my guess. Like, it doesn't matter what it is.
this is a Skrillex listener's sound setup. Because my initial line of taking the piss out of this was going to be, going down the line of, well, whoever owns this doesn't own a Lamborghini. But when I found out how much it costs, actually, only people who own Lamborghinis could possibly afford to spend that much on a speaker, a standalone boombox, basically, for their garage. It's totally bizarre as a product. I wish I had more information on how many had been sold and to whom. I wish I could go out and interview those people and then maybe cut them up into little slices and put them under a microscope.
Yes.
But I've just got no idea.
It's going to have been one of those things where I don't think any of these have actually been used to play music. They've just been bought and put in a garage next to an Aventador. And then just
it's hardly an appreciating asset, is it? You don't reckon someone's going to come across one of these on storage hunters and it's going to be worth 50 grand in 20 years? Surely not.
But I just think it's one of those things that appeals only to people with the worst taste in the world, and that would mean that maybe it would get used then. I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah.
I imagine they probably ship quite a lot to Dubai.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, like either... Yeah, no, I agree. Like, either this is bought by the tasteless kind of person who, like, just buys things to have them as status symbols and they don't actually use them, or they're the kind of tasteless person who has Bangarang playing on repeat 24 hours a day.
Right, enough about that. I'm done. I'm done with that. Maserati dice. As far as I can tell, the only use for them is to roll them to see whether or not you're going to make it to your destination.
There we go. Boom!
Is the Maserati logo the one?
I've got no idea.
Because I'm going to assume so. Maybe that represents the chance in 6 you have of it starting every day.
Well, no, surely the smart move is the Maserati logo is the 3 because of the trident.
True. That would
like
be clever.
I like that. That would be clever, which is exactly why it isn't that.
It isn't that, exactly.
Yeah. I literally found no information about these. I honestly, I can't even tell you for certain whether or not it's a real Maserati product. I just thought the image was funny.
I'm choosing to believe it is.
I'm going to choose to believe that it is as well. I'm leaving Audiopoly for last, deliberately. Corvette Vac by Eureka.
They missed out on the opportunity to call it the Corvac.
Yeah, they really should have called it the Corvette.
What about it is Corvette? It's just got the logo. It's just a vacuum cleaner.
That is it. I'm going to send you a link to the original advert for them so that you can include it in the edit, because it really is
please do,
worth a
please
watch.
do.
But this is if you can't tell, this is an early 90s product.
Is it really?
Yes.
It is an early 90s product. I did some reading of reviews. Would you like to guess people's experience using it as a vacuum cleaner?
Terrible.
Correct.
Not entirely. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely awful.
They would say it
so
sucks,
it wasn't.
but it doesn't even do that.
No, it does. The problem is it doesn't.
Oh no, maybe they're terrible because it sucks too well. Like it's like, oh my, like, it mulched my cat or something.
It sucked up my whole car.
Yeah.
No, so it came
Because
in.
it's like the Top Gear experiment where they have the V8 powered blender. This has actually got a Corvette small block. It's very
V8 vacuum
smushed
cleaner.
inside it.
If it was a V8 vacuum cleaner, it would make sense from a marketing perspective, but it isn't. It's one of those small little shitty handheld ones. They're always crap.
Yeah.
But there was also a second. There was a second one. They Eureka marketed two separate units
Oh my
as
God.
Corvette vac. There was the little handheld one that was awful, and then there was an industrial-sized wet vac that was also a Corvette vac for some reason. I couldn't get any information on whether or not that was any
The
good.
big
I
wet
imagine
Corvette
it
vacuum.
also wasn't very good. I just find it absolutely baffling. What's funny is that these are now collector's pieces. Not that they're worth anything. You can buy them for like $5 on eBay. But yeah,
I know what I'm looking at right this moment.
And C4 Corvette owners do occasionally try to find them as like a funny little trinket to have in the
Yeah,
garage.
I found the other Eureka Corvette vac. Yeah, no, it's just like it's like the same genre of vacuum cleaner that a Henry Hoover is. It's like, oh my God.
Except a Henry Hoover works.
Yes, presumably. And I just realised that the joke I made earlier doesn't make sense, because if this did have an early 90s Corvette V8 in it, it would be severely underpowered.
It's crossfire.
Well, that might be the
powered.
problem after all.
You go to turn it on, and you need like 10 attempts.
The selling point apparently was that the small handheld one could be used through a cigarette lighter, which I think probably speaks to its underpoweredness.
Yeah, but that would mean that you would have to, while presumably being in your Corvette, stop smoking for long enough to vac something, which isn't going to happen.
Okay, we're on to Audiopoly now. I love this.
Audio-poly.
So again, this won't be so outrageous, but the MSRP, and any guesses, also in US dollars. This was an official Audi collection exclusive, seemingly mostly for North America. MSRP guesses?
$15. If it's anything more than $15, I'm gonna be angry.
I'm going to say 40, and then I'm going to be sick if it's more.
$69.95.
Fuck off.
Oh my fucking God!
Yeah.
That's awful.
So this was an official Audi product, so official that it actually has an Audi parts page, which I found.
There's a
and
parts
I want
number
to-
that takes you to
I want
this.
and ask for Audiopoly.
I want to read you the blurb from this in its entirety, including a note that is possibly the funniest thing I've ever read. So here's the blurb. In the DNA of Audi Sport lies a certain aesthetic, a certain power, and a certain statement. This isn't just a sportier car for the road, but a representation of a near century-long record of dominance on the track. Born on the track, built for the road. This is the fearless legacy that continues to define us. This is Audi Sport. Bring a piece of it home with Audiopoly. Buy cars, hit the track, join a club, sit in the fan zone. Just don't get any red flags or speeding tickets, or you'll be sent to the pit stop.
I thought they were just gonna
Audi
say
Collection
to a pit.
exclusive. Audi Collection exclusive, MSRP $69.95.
Jesus.
Please note, this item has been discontinued and will only be available while supplies last.
No!
Warning! Warning!
Ooh.
Cancer and reproductive harm.
Whoa!
Ending my
Wow.
bloodline because I spent too much time playing Audiopoly.
I read that and I just died. There's a big yellow triangle right under the main picture on the page. It just says warning, cancer and reproductive harm, and then links to like the California Department of Health.
Oh God!
Holy.
What the hell is wrong with this game?
Yeah,
got
I mean,
no
well,
idea.
firstly, I mean, we know the reproductive harm is that, like, if you're someone who
Well,
owns
you
this,
own
you're
it.
not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think we were going to make that joke.
The cancer. Is there asbestos in it? Is it radioactive?
I've got no idea. One of my second favourite thing about it, if you take a closer look at the image, this is an Audi branded product, right? Every tile is an Audi, and yet the car is just called car.
Car.
It's not even a specific Audi.
I want to know, like, okay, because this kind of like corporate stuff is always really interesting to me because by the very nature of monopoly, Audi have to implicitly create their own ranking of Audis, right? They have to say
Yes.
that one of the Audis is the really cheap one and one of them is the really expensive one that's good.
It's and they have done that. If you
unfortunately
you
we
can
can't
blow
zoom
up that
in.
image.
Obviously, the A2 is the best one, but where
Yes,
do they all
naturally.
rank below that? Is my question.
Well, this is if I try and I can't. Let me find the image so that you can take a look.
Traditional play or 1 hour version.
Wow.
Is there like timed Monopoly, like how there's timed chess? You know, can in competitive Monopoly, do people are people timing each other out on competitive Monopoly?
I just can't get over the idea of just losing because you haven't bought enough Audis. It's just
How do the houses and hotels work?
I was having the same thought. Do you just build houses on your Audi A3?
Yeah,
maybe
are you
start
towing?
at
Are you
like-
towing
maybe
ever
you start
larger
at like
caravans?
a base model, and then you upgrade to like an RS3. or
Oh,
whatever.
right. So you do like the okay. So yeah, the A3 sedan is the cheapest Audi, and then we've got the R8 Spider as Mayfair. Okay, interesting.
It's relatively new as well because Park Lane is the e-tron GT.
Oh, geez,
Wow, yeah, no, that's because I saw this, and especially with like the printing on the box, it makes like this kind of art style, especially with like the you can see like the way it's airbrushed in the top left with the Audi going across the road, right?
Yeah.
That looks like something from a toy magazine from when I was a child. Like
Yes.
this
Yeah.
screams early 2010s to me. Everything about this.
It's just
So if
bizarre.
there's an e-tron GT on here, then...
we need to play it. So I wish we could
Yes.
buy it and play it.
I do actually think we need to buy this, and
Yes.
we just need to really hope that we don't get cancer.
Yeah. You know,
So
I wasn't
if
planning on...
any of you listening happen to own this and would like to sell it to us, please don't hesitate to get in touch.
Yes, please.
Assuming that you have survived treatment.
Yes, yeah, of course. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, incredible stuff, truly, from Audio Poly.
Audio? No, not Jungle. Audio Poly.
Yeah, I was trying to invoke that. I was seeing if I could do it. Oh God. All right. So I will, just before we leave this slide, I will introduce something that I've known for a little while, just as another thing to add to the collection. Is it what? What? Unsupported? Fuck off! That's a JPEG. So yeah, there's no other way to really introduce this. Oh god, it's really big. Oh god, why is that so big? Oh god, it's got rid of everything. Okay, can I just copy and paste this in or something, please? For the love of God, there we go.
What the fuck is that?
Porsche hooker.
Pipe.
Oh, it's a Porsche. It's
Oh my
Porsche
God.
design, of course it is. So I saw a Bugatti one of these on my travels as well. Why is this a thing?
It's the perfect match to your, I don't know, 911 Turbo Cabrio or something. Like,
Yeah, let me.
Does everyone who orders a Targa get one of these free?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
It's just fabulous.
I don't. I mean, maybe I guess they're trying to appeal to sort of like the Dubai, UAE market. Maybe that's my only guess. I
guess
think.
so. It's just a bit bizarre.
Yeah.
I try to avoid Porsche design because they just make fucking anything. They will slap a Porsche design logo on anything at all.
This one was a little bit too good to pass up.
This is a pretty special one.
Yeah. Oh, and I have seen some like ridiculous stuff on the Bugatti store as well. Like, I remember
Shameless.
a few years ago, I saw like a limited run 25 of Bugatti carbon fiber pool tables.
Wow.
Yes, the Bugatti pool table. That didn't make my cut, but I saw it earlier and I did think, why?
Yeah. Oh god, I remember because there was also at the same time because like I was just fascinated by the whole Bugatti store at the time. They had like 3 different Bugatti wines, one of
Wow.
which sounded really rough. It was like it was a blend of 90% champagne and 10% Pinot Noir, and like what?
Ugh.
I really want
What
to
do
get
we-
drunk off the Bugatti wine, to be honest.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure wine from a car manufacturer is near the top of my list on a night out.
Even if it is Bugatti.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if it's Bugatti.
Yeah.
Quite, yes. Oh, bloody hell. Anyway, if there are any more examples of these, please let us know. We'd love to see
Yeah, put your favourites
Maybe this
in the
could become a
comments, please.
recurring segment.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. I'm going to read through the comments and whatever the worst ones are, I'm looking on eBay for, definitely.
Oh, 100%. Oh, hang
Let's do
on.
a worst.
Hang
car
on. Yeah, no, we
manufacturer
need to
product
do
haul.
what's the Porsche. Okay, oh fuck me. I just went on the page. The Porsche design 2.1 Shisha.
Wow.
Again, Price is Right rules. US dollars. Go for it.
$350.
800.
Joe is the winner.
Oh.
no.
It
How
is
bad?
$2,200.
Fuck.
That is insane.
What the fuck? If you
Fuck
buy
Porsche
this, you have
design,
too much
man. What
money.
the
Give it to me.
What's wrong with them?
It's so insulting that that's the price you're asking for. Like, I'm gonna sue, and my retribution is you have to give it to me.
I'm a bit disgusted, to be
I'm
brutally
sick
honest.
of looking at it. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on. Joe.
I have a game. I like to do these. This game
Yes.
is what's the thing in common between all these vehicles? I'll give you a couple of guesses.
Yeah.
Have a think. I can go through the names of the vehicles if that makes it easier. So we start.
So we've got an Alpha 6.
Yeah.
We've got. I don't remember which Honda bike that is because I'm not very good at bikes.
It is an RC148.
Okay.
RC148.
Then we've got. Is that some variant of Land Cruiser?
Yep, it is a...
Yes.
I don't know which one is it exactly? It's a Land
Sure,
Cruiser
that's Prada.
PZJ70.
Cool.
And then we
And
have...
then is that the Honda? No, it's the Nissan Leopard. Not, but that's a Honda.
That is
Oh.
the Honda Vigor. Or
Yes,
the Acura
that's it.
Honda Vigor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
I knew it was something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The headlight to grille ratio on that is
Yeah, it's insane, isn't
something
it?
Bizarre.
else. That is something else.
It just looks like it's been scaled badly at the front, but I like it. And then in the middle, that is specifically a North American spec Passat.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you
And
have
then-
Hummer H3T. So there you are. There are your candidates. What is the same about all of these? What is the link?
Same about all of this.
Are they all V6s?
No.
No,
Because
the
I wouldn't.
bike's not
Okay,
gonna
I
be
say that because I
V6,
wouldn't. I
surely.
wouldn't put it past Honda to make a V6 bike.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they would.
The one thing
they
I know about
have, I'm
Honda
sure.
bikes is they do fucking wild shit.
Yeah, that is true. It is not that they're all V6s. I tried to pick difficult ones for this, so
no.
It's a
I'm struggling. I don't know.
Well, I will say you're on the right kind of lines,
With they all have. Okay.
but I fear I can't say much more without it being too easy. There's going to be someone in the comments who saw it and immediately got it, I'm sure. But
Without a doubt.
Oh, instantly, but
Mm.
it isn't an obvious one, I don't think.
North American Passat specifically.
Yeah, because the North American and the Chinese market Passats are pretty much complete. Well, in fact, I think they are completely different from the
Okay, so is this
European
also?
ones.
Oh, right. Okay.
In like chassis size,
By the time you
underpinnings.
get to that generation.
Yes, yeah, and also that includes engines.
Could they all be had with 5-cylinder engines?
You are correct.
Yes!
Wow.
That is that is the answer. All of these
What?
specifically have inline fives.
Oh, inline 5 bike! Yes, Honda!
Yeah.
Yes!
We've got the
They
Alpha
made the
6.
Hummer with an inline 5.
Oh yes, we've got the Alpha 6, which was available with a VM Matari.
Yeah.
What was it? A 2.5 turbo diesel. That was the diesel option for the Alpha 6.
That's what clued me into it, because I knew that you could get a straight 5 diesel in the Alpha 6,
Yep.
and I knew somewhere in the back of my mind, I heard somewhere that there was a Honda with a straight 5 in it, and as soon as you said the Vigor, I remembered it was that one.
Yeah.
So that was just like, okay, if I'm close with
Yeah.
engines, then I'll just try that.
So the bike is the Honda RC148, or the 149. I think that it's like year to year difference of the same bike, but it had 125cc inline 5,
Fucking hell,
which
Honda.
I bet sounded
Wow.
absolutely incredible.
God, hang on. 100...
Yeah.
Each cylinder is literally a shot glass.
Yes. That is
The thing that I found
wild.
researching this is that what they did is they took their 6-cylinder bike engine and then removed one of the middle cylinders.
Okay.
Okay, thanks,
Okay.
Honda. You're normal. You're always very normal. The Land Cruiser has the Toyota PZ, or the 1PZ, which is a 10-valve 3.5 litre 5-cylinder diesel. An engine that I had no idea existed until I started until somebody told me, and then I started researching from that. It is
That's
just
getting pretty
didn't know that
big.
existed
That's getting pretty
either.
big for a 5-cylinder.
yeah, it's the same. Well, it's the 1HZ 6-cylinder with a cylinder lopped off, basically, which is kind of a common theme when you get to 5 cylinders.
Yes.
but-
strange.
But yeah, that's again, I like the sound of a diesel 5-cylinder. They normally sound pretty good. I bet that one does as well. I'd be interested to see, but I don't think it's definitely not an engine we ever got. I don't think. It's probably only a few countries. Well, probably like Australia only, because you know what they're like with their Land Cruisers.
Yes.
the Honda or the Acura Vigor is kind of, I guess, I don't want to say famous, but it's like the Honda with the 5-cylinder. Basically, they either had a 2-litre or a 2.5, 20 valve, mounted longitudinally but front wheel drive, so the same kind of layout as like a Saab 900.
Right.
Very bizarre vehicles.
Did it take drive off the front like a Saab? Or...
No, it takes it off the back, so it has quite a transmission tunnel in the in the cabin, but only at the front, I guess.
The prop shaft goes back to the front axle.
Yeah, the diff is like underneath the engine. I think that's the way they did it, because it's the engine in the engine bay is canted over.
That must have horrendous weight distribution.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, the Motor Week retro review for this, it sounds incredible, but the way that it gets off the line is just... Well, it doesn't really get off the line. But it sounds great. I mean... The thing I find about 5-cylinders, though, and much as I really like them, they all do kind of sound quite similar, unless it's like you could play 20 different audios of a 5-cylinder, and I'd struggle to identify a specific one. I don't know whether that's just me being thick, but you know, with 4-cylinders you get a lot of variance, but with most 5s just sound the same. To be honest, maybe that's a bold wrong opinion, but.
We're going to quote you out of context on that and get you cancelled.
No,
it's over.
It's over for me. Yeah, it's long over. Since been over. But apparently they did continue using that engine in the success of I think it was the TL, which was like a big facelift of the Acura Vigor, but there was also a V6 option. So there was like, do you want your 5-cylinder or like a normal engine? Which I mean, I'd still pick the engine
now. One. It's the Honda G series.
Mm.
And yet the 2.5 litre, 188 horsepower at 6,500 RPM.
Yeah,
you're having fun with that.
That's impressive for the 90s.
Yeah,
not too bad at all.
It's just a bizarre one and it's also bizarre to have a Honda longitudinal front wheel drive. It's just not their thing, I guess. But
very strange.
They did it. And then the Passat, what was it? The North American spec Passats replaced the previous engine, which was a 2-litre 8-valve 4-cylinder. I'll just let that sink in. 2010s, an 8-valve.
Probably time for it to go.
Yeah. They replaced that with the 2.5-litre 20-valve inline 5, which is basically... People talk about different things. It is, as far as I can tell, pretty much half of an original Gallardo V10, the 5-litre, because you can like mess with the way that the intake sounds so that they sound like a Gallardo V10. Allegedly, I don't know. This is what I've heard, but they started off initially had 150 horsepower and then later went up to about 170. So not great, not terrible. But they were available. Actually, I didn't realise until I started researching this. A lot of North American VWs. You could get this in the Jettas, the Beetles. You could get this in, which I didn't fucking know. I knew you could get.
No, that's ringing a bell now.
Is it not the same engine as? Just so that we're clear, is it not the same engine as Audi used in their RS?
I believe it is, but with different. Like internal, like rather different internals versus the turbocharged ones.
Sure.
But underneath, it is kind of the same general.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember this because I remember looking into this literally years ago. I was maybe, I was still in like early secondary school, or maybe even earlier than that. My parents got replaced our old car, which was fittingly a Passat, a golden one what all the lacquer came off, as I think I've at least previously discussed with you guys.
Yeah.
Replaced that with a Jetta, slightly newer, and I remember looking and say, what engines could you get with it, and sort of, as being a very young person, being annoyed that we didn't get the 2.5 litre straight 5, because like, oh, that's such a good engine. Why didn't we get the good engine? And when, of course, my parents just wanted a 1.9 TDI.
Yeah.
Yeah, like normal people.
Yes.
Yeah, like anyone with a brain, really.
Yes.
But yeah, I just find it bizarre that you could get the new Beetles with the VR5 in Europe and the straight 5 in America, and I don't think
That is weird.
I probably should have researched this more, but it's just come to me thinking that I don't think the markets crossed over. So if it was in Europe, you got the VR, and if it was in America, you got the inline. It's just mildly interesting, really. And then the Hummer, the Vortec 35 and 3700 are straight 5. I think I believe. Let me just double check there before I start talking about my arse. Yeah, they're twin cam, 20 valve.
Okay.
Manual available, 5 cylinders.
Okay. What displacement?
3.5 litres, and they make 220 horsepower. Well, the 3.7 does. It's a bit less for the.
How heavy was the H3?
Sorry, 220 for the 3.5, 240 for the 3.7.
Oh.
It's still not enormously impressive. I mean, those are heavy cars.
No, but I think they're quite torquey.
Well, yeah, if it's a dual overhead cam diesel.
No, petrol. These are petrols.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I probably should have.
That was what I assumed.
Petrol straight 5s in the Hummer, and there were a few others that could come. Other.
I really only
vehicles.
thought you could get them with V6s or V8s for some for whatever reason. I'd never considered that there was other options available.
I think these. Well, in fact, with the H3, you couldn't. It was only the straight 5 or the V8.
Oh, weird.
So every base
I don't. That doesn't feel right. I don't
it's
like
an uncomfortable feeling, isn't it?
It is.
It's
bizarre.
Yeah.
That's
there you
very
go.
strange.
So and again, available with a manual. Now I don't think they sold many of them, but that is possibly that is going to be a Doug DeMuro review one day, isn't it?
More than any of the others. Why?
Again, I think it was just a 6-cylinder with a cylinder lopped off.
But why? Why?
I don't know.
It had the space.
Well, they
clearly had enough space in it.
Well, they went bankrupt probably 2 months after making it, so that probably the answer to why was money, and then they ran out of money. But...
So the most powerful version, as we described, makes 242 horsepower, same amount of torque, 242 pound-feet of torque, in a Hummer H3 that weighs minimum 2.1 tons.
Not fast, then, I'm going to guess.
No, it's just awful. And, you wouldn't be able to use it to tow anything, because it can barely move itself.
Jesus.
That's terrible. Could you imagine the smell if you get a manual? Could you imagine the destruction you'd inflict on the clutch?
Also, that's 3.7, isn't it? The 3.5 was 20 horsepower less.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, I'm not sure there's many cars in which you'd describe a 3.5 litre inline 5 as weedy, but
yeah, but apparently there's. But I mean, I didn't have to include the picture of the H3T, the truck, but I just thought that was even funnier that it's the pickup one. It's like I forget the name. I always in my mind think that was a concept, and then I'm like, shit, they actually made them.
Maybe someone listening has owned one of those and is furiously typing in the comment section about how wonderful and capable it was. I just want you to know I don't care. I don't like it. I don't believe you, and I wish to never see it again.
I mean, you're a former Hummer owner. I think that sort of immediately, one of the only good Family Guy bits ever was the Hummer driver one, where it's like. He's like watching Madagascar and he goes, ha ha ha, dude, these animals are so fucking funny. They make me want to merge without looking.
I'm getting deja vu. I'm certain we've done this before.
Yeah, no, I probably have.
It's funny,
but I don't care because it's a good bit.
It is a good bit.
Anyway, there we go. Those are your six 5 cylinders for the week. everyone
Both
always
wonderful
thinks
and deeply
it's just Audi and Volvo, but no, more than just that. I mean, obviously there are other ones that I didn't throw in, like Fiat.
Oh yeah, no.
their
There's. I'm trying to think
cylinders.
off the top of my head. Are there any other like?
An
bizarre
Alpha five-cylinder
cylinders I'm
D,
aware
the
of?
JTDs.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Fiats.
Yeah.
That's a good point. You did a good job by not putting a Fiat Turbo Coupe in here because that would have.
It would have been easy, I think.
Yeah, that would have tipped me off
Yeah.
immediately.
There we go. Oh, right. What is the next? The next
yes.
item. Oh, it's
So,
hidden.
This next
A
item
surprise.
is why I was late.
Oh,
Oh.
it's just a picture.
Because-
It's just a picture of a car on the side of the road with a blown out tire.
Not quite. Not quite. Because I announced this on the Patreon. Patreon, big money, Patreon bucks. So, those people watching, they found out earlier. I have bought an car.
Wow.
Oh.
It's happened.
Yes. My first car, I will add. Not the first car I've ever driven. I was insured in my mum's Polo.
Mm-hmm.
But this is my first car. I could beat around the bush and do like. I mean, we could do a game. Like we could do like 21 questions.
I kind of
or something.
I'm very curious because we've had chats in the past about stuff that you've been looking at. I remember one in particular that you were unaware was about 5 minutes from my house.
Yes.
You came all the way down to look at. So I'm wondering if it's something along the same lines as that.
Not quite. No.
Okay.
No. Okay. Do we want to do 21 questions or should I just drop it?
I think that's up to you, isn't it?
All right. Yeah. Let's have some fun with it. Let's have some
Okay.
fun with it.
Right.
Who's asking first?
Is it pre-2000?
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
You've made the right choice.
I'm removing the gun from your family member's head.
Is it from a European manufacturer?
Yes.
Is it front-wheel drive?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it from after 1990?
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is it French?
Yes.
Ah. I'm kind of trying to remember what kind of stuff we talked about that fits this bill, but
Is it from after 1980?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So it's 80s and French, so good luck.
80s French and front-wheel drive.
No, I'm well ahead. I'm well ahead of you with that one. I'll talk more about it once we get there.
Is it a Peugeot?
No.
Is it petrol?
Yes.
Right, so it's front-wheel drive. Is it a manual?
No.
Comfy then. I'm going to guess.
Front-wheel drive, automatic petrol, 80s and French, but not a Peugeot. Is it a Citroen?
No.
Is it a saloon?
Yes. We're up to question 11. The next one will be the 12th.
Right.
Looks like you've done a very good job of narrowing it down so far.
Is it a Renault?
Yes.
Right, so an 80s Renault saloon that's a petrol auto.
Front-wheel drive.
Yes. What was that narrow it down? I guess. Oh, God.
Testing my 80s Renault knowledge,
Is it a.
which is minimal.
I've just heard someone scream out the window. Apologies. Is it a Renault 21?
No.
Right.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm just going to be throwing numbers for the rest of my questions.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I've
assume.
got
I will
no
say
idea.
there is basically now only maybe 2 other cars it could be with what you've narrowed it down to.
Yeah,
So-
unfortunately, I don't remember what either of them are called.
I'd be very I'd be nearly willing to give you it at this point.
I'm gonna. Is it a Renault 19?
No.
Oh, what the fuck have you bought?
I present to you my 1989 Renault 25 2.2 GTX.
Oh yes!
Wow.
That is some bus. Oh
That
wow!
is fabulous.
Oh, then my question is, because I don't know everything about, is it transverse or longitudinal?
This is funny, because you were talking about it earlier, and I was sitting here going,
Yeah.
because it's longitudinal.
Oh,
Of course it is.
you have bought the Goober version. This is good.
Well, no, because the 25 was
That's what
only
the G in
longitudinal.
GTX.
Oh, what am I thinking of? Is it?
You're thinking of the 21. The 21
oh, I
was...
am.
Yeah, because the 25 was designed to have the PRV V6 in
Oh
it.
God, yeah, Jesus! I'm glad you didn't get one of those.
So yeah. So they're all 25s are designed with longitudinal engines because they sort of like try to prioritize the V6 version.
It's a 2.2 injection as well. Very fancy.
Yes,
Wow.
in 1989.
Wow.
So I should
I
hope
guess that
so.
probably
not a
actually
flex
has a little
anymore.
bit of power then.
Yes, I believe from factory it should be 123 horsepower.
Wow.
Is it wafty?
Oh yes, it is. I'm not sure if it would have been set up that way from factory. It might also need shocks. So
Are you blessed with how many speeds are you blessed with in that box?
I think 5. I think.
Wow.
I'm gonna double check that because it might actually probably be 4.
Yeah, I would probably. If I had to guess, I'd guess it was 4. But 5 would be a luxury.
Here we go. Automatic transmission. I think it is 4. Never mind.
Well, that's still
Any
better than
any
3.
overdrive?
I mean, I assume 4 is a tall gear. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna sort of give you the lowdown on this a little bit. So, sort of off podcast. I did some off stream grinding. We were just sitting in a call one time, and I was talking about the kind of cars I was looking at. One of which was a Volvo 240 that turned out to be about 3 minutes away from where Joe lives, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was also looking at early 90s Audi 80s.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Which,
I remember.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that red one I was looking at sold before I had the opportunity, but that white one we did actually go up and have a look at. And it was in pretty good condition. You know, like it was a little bit bubbly around the wheel arches, but it's like a 30-year-old car at this point. You expect that.
Yeah.
The guy, he opened the bonnet. All of the hoses had been replaced with like metal mesh ones. So that was great. It was shaping up to be like really, really nice. And then we drove it. Yeah, there was about half an inch of clutch travel coming backwards. So, like, you'd be pulling the clutch back and you get nothing, and then, like, the last half inch it would bite.
Yeah.
Suboptimal.
Which, yes. We looked it up, and apparently it was a relatively easy fix, because it just would have been, like, the clutch master cylinder that needed replacing, which is not an expensive part, and apparently relatively easy to do. But the problem is, it was up, like, near Durham, which is a very long way away from where I live. So either we would have had to get it shipped or just have the worst drive back down.
Yeah.
So that one we sort of kept on ice. Then I went on Car and Classic.
As you do.
And I saw this. It was an auction. And
Was it now?
And the on the last day, like the day the auction was supposed to end, it had 2 bids total.
Wow.
With the the second bid being £2,000. So 1 minute before the auction ended, I put 2,100 on it. Sight unseen.
You crazy motherfucker.
That is fucking brilliant.
And like,
That is
I was
absolutely outstanding.
so I was just like, I put the bid up, like as I said, maybe like a minute 30 before it ended, and I was just going like, fuck.
Looking to
How
see
long
if
did
you
it take you to sober up?
If you can go view it in that minute 30.
Yeah, dash over to fucking Preston, where it was. So yeah, story of this car. It was bought new, sold 6 months later to a university lecturer at Preston University. It was then just his car, that guy's car, for like a solid 15, 20 years. At which point he was then getting on a bit. And he sold it to the owner of the local Renault dealer who had serviced it its entire life. He then put it into dry storage for 15 years.
Wow.
And he was losing like access to the like dry storage garage he was keeping it in, so he had to sell it.
Well,
And now it's yours.
And now it's mine. I'm touching a lot of wood here because this is how these things work.
yeah. Does it have wood in the interior?
It does not, unfortunately.
Oh,
I think
sorry.
the wood only came with the Baccarat, I think.
Oh yeah.
which is
God, I
which is
forget
the
that's
top trim. That's
Yeah.
that's got leather seats and shit. I don't got that. But yeah, so it's been dry stored for 15 years. This thing is clean.
How many
It is.
miles?
I think like, if I remember correctly, it's like 77,000 or something.
Wow.
Jeez, that's nice.
That's low.
Yeah. A lot of the electronics work. Like the windows. Yeah, like I'm saying that because I'm
That's
surprised.
a French car
Yeah.
moment.
When
Yeah.
you're proud of that, that says something.
Yeah, like the power seats work.
Wow.
The front
is
driver's
impressive.
the front driver seat you have to help a bit, but it works. The electronically adjustable mirrors work. The windows work. I'm not putting them down, but they work. The only things that like properly don't really work are the sunroof, which it does have a sunroof. It opens like a crack,
Oh.
like a crack big enough to stick your finger through.
Is it a
Okay.
tilt and slide?
It's not a tilt and slide.
Oh, okay. Right.
It like retracts. Like there's a
Like,
little bit
into the
less
room.
headroom than I'd like because it's got a sunroof.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those. The radio also just stopped working before he sold it to me, or like before the auction. Which is unfortunate. But this does
Allegedly.
have the upgraded Philips 4-way speaker system.
Wow. That's
Wow.
more than 3.
Yeah.
That is more than 3.
What else? Oh yeah. It's got because it's the late 80s and the future. Did you know the future is electronics? It has a voice synthesized warning system.
Oh my god.
Of course it does. Well, the future was electronics, just not French electronics.
Yes.
It turns out.
So, I turn it on and then like maybe a minute later there's a ding and it goes, warning. No, hang on, need to get the warning. Fuel level low.
That sounds fabulous.
It's amazing and I love it so much already. So, of course, there is the flip side of it being dry stored for 15 years. That is that a lot of the rubber is, it dried out.
Yeah.
So I need to get new tires put on it. And the reason I'm late, to circle all the way back to that, the reason I'm late today is because mere hours ago, I dropped this off at the garage to get its timing belt replaced.
Good
Okay.
idea. That's a good thing to do.
Yes, so the tires on it that you can see in this picture are 20 years old.
Wow. Those are certainly square.
That is too old.
Yes. And the guy who sold it to me, also said that the timing belt hadn't been changed in 15 years. So
Definitely a good thing to
Yeah.
do.
When I owned my
definitely
So how
Volvo,
long-
high on the priority list.
when I owned my Volvo, it had an unknown date timing belt, and I just never looked at it. Which is probably not the sensible, because I did also, like, I'd be in the middle of like a very long journey, and then in the back of my mind I'd be like, what if it snapped now? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, scrapyard, nearest scrapyard's getting a Volvo. So,
Yeah. So fortunately, avoiding that. The other thing was I opened the door to get in it to drive it over there because it rained in like fairly recently.
Yeah.
I opened the door and a bunch of water poured out of it. Because the seals on the windows have dried out and have shrunk a bit.
suboptimal.
Yeah. So
Worth knowing.
yes. But apparently I've had a quick gander, and at least windscreen seals for these you can still get, and they're not expensive.
That's
I was
good news.
very surprised about.
What about every other seal?
Yes, that's
Can you
a
make
bridge will
everything
burn.
out
The
of
bridge will burn when we
windscreen
get to it.
seals?
Yeah.
There you go. Just buy loads of windscreen seals and chop them up.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, 2.2 litre straight four. That much like the Honda Vigor is canted over at an angle because the differential is underneath the engine.
Wow.
Also, I expect because they're trying to keep the engine low.
Yeah.
Well, because they designed the low bonnet with the V6 in mind. But yeah, I've had a few friends come and sit in it. They were immediately astonished with how comfortable the rear seats are, apparently.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and my dad, who was following behind me on the way to the garage in case anything happened, said it apparently rides very well. It looks very serene over the some of the sort of more bumping country paths we had to go down. Yeah, it does do the fucking ridiculous French wafty thing, which I am quite pleased with.
Mm-hmm.
That is
It
excellent.
looks very, very tidy. I'm
Yeah.
thoroughly pleased for you.
I am too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how pleased my wallet's gonna be when.
Yeah.
Probably
'cause-
not very, I imagine, in the
Yeah,
very
because
immediate
I
future.
don't the timing belt kit wasn't astonishingly expensive either, because the specific engine in this was another one that was shared with like Peugeot and Citroen, so they made shitloads of them, so parts are still not entirely like they're not on obtainium yet.
Yeah.
But it's getting to the point where some of them will be.
yeah.
But
But
I'm
it's
I'm
rites of
happy to
passage.
exactly. Oh, and because the guy who previously owned it was a Renault dealer, in the boot he included literally a complete library of the dealer kits of how to work on basically anything about one of these.
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
And of all things, a spare ECU and a spare transmission computer.
Huh. That's handy.
Excellent.
Yeah. And one last thing, and a spare like indicator stalk.
Are these all things that
Okay.
commonly go wrong by chance?
Yeah, I was going to ask that question. How
Some
many ECUs has
suspiciously-
it had?
Specific
Yeah.
collection. Jesus, that's hard.
So the reason I suspect he has a spare transmission computer is that the one thing on these that is known to not be the most reliable mechanical part is the transmission. This has had. This is not on its original transmission from factory. It did have to have a replacement at some point, which does
Well, at least
worry
someone
me.
else paid for that.
Yes, someone else paid for that.
Yeah.
It does worry me a little bit that it needed a new transmission and it's only done 77,000 miles.
Well,
How many miles was it on when it had it replaced?
I don't know.
Maybe change the fluid in the
Okay.
transmission. As a,
Yeah. I mean, I have asked the guy, like the garage, to like while you're doing the timing belt, just do a full service.
good idea.
Yeah, so hopefully it all goes to plan. I'm going to be very vigilant with transmission fluid on this thing.
All of my fingers and toes crossed for you.
Yes, but for the moment, for the time being, I'm very happy with this. You know, I'm prepared to eat those words in the future.
I think it's very cool.
I'm very happy for you.
Yeah.
I think it's very cool as well. I look forward to seeing it in person at some point.
Oh, yeah, no. Festival of the Unexceptional is going to love this.
Yeah.
They will.
So, yes, that is that. On
That
to...
is excellent news.
Yes, actually good news for once, thank God. So, on to the main bulk of news, which, as usual, is bad.
And
his
it's,
wife.
as usual, it's Nissan.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's just all... It's all tits up.
It's all gone wrong again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what we spoke about when we last spoke about Nissan. Were we speaking about the Honda deal falling through last time?
Yes, we were speaking about the Honda deal. What's happened since is they're closing a lot of factories.
Mm-hmm.
They're closing a lot of factories. Did you see last week as well, Mercedes unloaded their stake. Mercedes had a 3.8% stake in Nissan, and they fucked it off.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The Nissan and Renault had a joint factory in China. I can't remember exactly where. Nissan has sold their stake in it to Renault, so Renault now owns it entirely. It's looking rough.
It's more really over than it's ever been.
Yeah. Oh God.
I still, a part of me does still have some faith that they will survive in some form. Just because, I think so. They've taken a hammering value-wise, but they are still so enormous.
Exactly. Like when you're talking about a company as huge as Nissan, they can always do some refinancialization bullshit that keeps them afloat.
I did see a couple of things though. So, April to June, which for Nissan is the first quarter of this financial year.
Yeah.
They lost $782 million.
Jesus.
And in the same quarter, they fell out of the top 10 global manufacturers by sales for the first time in a long time. So the damage is real. Even if they do manage to recover, they are not the company they used to be already.
No, certainly not.
It's looking pretty bleak.
Yeah,
it is. It looks bleak, but I just still can't. I can't make myself believe that Nissan could actually genuinely go under. I know that they could sort something, but just the amount of deals that seem to be getting really close to happening and then just falling to pieces. It's like
the tariffs, though.
Okay.
The tariffs are putting companies that were healthy beforehand. Not that there was many. Under real pressure. I'm sure we'll talk more about that. Nissan was in a coffin of its own making, has been for years, and then just gets hit again and again and again and again. I don't know if it will survive. I really don't. They've also one piece of good Nissan news. They finally killed the R35.
Oh
yes.
yeah. I saw that.
They've stopped making it. The last one has rolled off the production line.
Yeah, the last one has been made. I think I saw they've built somewhere around 48,000 R35s over the last 18 years, which is. It's both a lot of cars and also not a lot of cars over 18 years.
Okay, so hang on. Let's do some quick...
years.
If we do some quick napkin maths...
I'd guess that a lot of those were in the first 3 years.
Yes. That's a little under 2,000 cars a year. Total.
I'm guessing it was more like... 6 or 7,000 cars years for the first 3 or 4 years,
Yes.
and then a taper for basically
Yeah.
a decade and a half.
Yeah. Because also because to be fair, 35,000 is a lot to sell for a sports car.
48,000 and a half, 48,000.
48,000. Oh, sorry, I misheard. Okay,
Yeah.
so actually it's a little more than 2,000 a year. That's closer to maybe 3, I think. Yeah,
it's going to be about.
and maybe 2.5.
Yeah.
It's between 2.5 and 3.
So yeah, something like that.
But yeah, that's a lot to make for on paper. You look at the stats; it's like a fairly high end sports car,
also
like borderline
very
supercar.
much a lot of it is handmade, isn't it? When it comes
But
to like,
that's
the
the
engines
thing
on those?
exactly. For the price Nissan were selling it at, because the whole point of the GTR was that it kind of undercut the competition because it's a Nissan. For the price they were selling it at for a lot of its life, because I'm aware it got quite a bit more expensive towards the end of it, but for the price they were selling it at for the majority of its life, they can't have been making much money off of it.
No.
But you got to remember though that like when it came out, its competition in North America was what, the C6 Corvette. Like we're talking about a car that came out 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist in the same market anymore, and hasn't done for a really long time.
Yeah.
And that's just the GTR. We haven't talked, there's so much other stuff that Nissan have completely failed on. The one thing that they're sort of hitching their hopes on, at least from an outsider looking in, is solid state batteries. For a while, I've known that Nissan are like the company that's pursuing that for cars, but that I don't. Can they get it to market quick enough and in the scale they need it to? I don't know. Is this going to be?
I do know. I do happen to know the answer to that question. No.
Go on. Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, does their previous performance show that this is going to help or going to be possible? Not sure, really.
Because it's what's the new battery tech that's that lots of the Chinese manufacturers are looking at integrating in the next couple of years? Is it's sodium based batteries instead of lithium, and they're like way better in pretty much every way. I don't see Nissan making strides in a market currently dominated by enormous, profitable, state-backed companies, while it flails and falls through deal after deal after deal. It's not possible for a company in that state to be making significant technological progress. And that is evidenced by the fact that they weren't making significant technological progress while times were supposedly good. They haven't done anything in a long time.
For a long time.
Yeah, they just sort of seem to stagnate almost.
It's like me at school, just kind of coasted for a long time and then was like, oh, fuck. Fuck this now.
Yeah.
It's okay, Nissan. I sympathise.
You get to the night before your exams and then you suddenly look around you and you go, oh, shit, there's nothing I can do about this now.
Yeah.
Oh, bollocks.
It's
it is sort of like the I don't remember like the shorthand name for it, but it's like when you slowly turn up the temperature in water, like boiling frogs,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it frogs or crabs or whatever it is in the bucket?
The problem is, though, is that Nissan seemed to be the only frog that didn't fucking notice.
Well, because that's the point. Because like if you slowly turn up the temperature in a pot full of water with frogs in it, like they don't realize they because frogs are extremely dumb. But
I'm not sure that's the scientific reason for it. But
that's the takeaway from this. The lesson is that frogs are fucking stupid.
But yeah, it's they. Yeah, I mean, I've said it before in previous episodes of the podcast. It just seems like Nissan got lazy. They're just like,
Yeah.
we can make shitloads of money. And what astonishes me, especially, like, I'm probably repeating myself in previous episodes, but like one of the reasons that they're so down right now is because of the ridiculously easy entry finance deals they did in America, which is the exact same thing that happened to Mitsubishi, and why Mitsubishi is even further down the toilet right now. It's also the exact same thing that happened with houses in the fucking 2008 financial crisis. How do none of these companies ever learn?
Well, because it
I
happened
think they
before,
have.
but it wouldn't happen again.
I think it's more that big companies have, through the evidence of history, come to the conclusion that if they are big enough, they will not be allowed to fail.
Yeah, they will be bailed out.
I think Nissan, like, if Nissan really does end up slipping so far that it can't pick itself up again, I do think that there probably is a good chance that the Japanese government will step in and sort it out. And so they might actually all get away with enormous bonuses at the expense of all of their international factory staff, probably.
Yep.
And, you know, maybe it will continue to operate with a reduced footprint in Japan and its local geographic area. But yeah, I'm not sure that the people making the decisions at companies this size are necessarily incentivized as directly as you'd hope to ensure the company's strong financial performance.
No, of course not. You know, I mean, that was the whole Carlos Tavares thing, wasn't it? You know.
Yeah, short term gain for long term pain. But he's gone with a massive golden parachute, and the company's still fucked.
Yep. Yes, we're getting to that. But yeah, like it's frankly shocking. I mean, it can't be that bad because they're keeping the Sunderland factory open.
Yay!
Yeah.
For how long? We'll get on to promises of factories being kept open and then that kind of being pulled out on the next slide.
But
LOL, LMAO, etc.
Exactly, yeah. But so the news has been at least for the time being, they're promising to keep the Sunderland factory open, which does somewhat raise my suspicion because I've long had a little bit of a suspicion that Nissan kind of received a big juice load of funding, at least from the previous Conservative government, to like keep investing in the Sunderland factory. That's like my tinfoil hat going on a bit there. But that does somewhat, raise my suspicion a little bit. Like, you're not closing the Sunderland factory, but like everyone else was closing their stuff in the UK, and you're closing a bunch of factories everywhere else. Like, either the Sunderland factory is putting out fucking numbers, which I wouldn't put it past it, necessarily. Like, maybe it is just an excellently run factory.
Nissan does seem surprisingly resilient in this country. I do still see quite a lot of new ones, and when you look at the international sales figures, they're all abysmal. But I don't know. I think maybe sales in the UK are uniquely strong for Nissan still. Yeah,
like because you see. I mean, even like historically, you see, like Nissan Qashqais have got to be one of the most common cars on the road in this country.
Yeah. I see a 25 plate
as well.
And almost every single Qashqai sold in the UK was made in the Sunderland factory. So,
Yeah, I see brand new Qashqais, a couple of times a day.
New ones, yeah. Do they make the Duke in the Sunderland factory as well?
I don't know.
I don't actually know.
I'm going to double check that quickly. They do. They make the Duke and like the Qashqai and the Duke are the two, like you can't go out on any given day and not see one.
No,
but I wish I could.
Exactly. But they are ridiculously popular in this country.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean maybe the UK market is proving to be one of Nissan's lifelines at the moment.
Yeah, could we stop, please, until they build something nice?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if people bought less Qashqais and Dukes.
Yeah.
Well, in
Especially
fairness,
Dukes.
the newest generation Qashqai isn't awful. It's
Yeah,
got terrible end. Like you see, they're big cars. You see them around, and you just, I can't shake this feeling of just like, I just know that it's got a 1.5 litre engine, and I'm just like, really, in that?
It's got to be such a weedy fucker to drive.
Oh my god, it must be awful.
How much
Well,
do
it's
they
going to have
weigh?
that modern car thing where the throttle mapping is made so that it feels quite quick, but then you put your foot down more than 40% and realise it has literally nothing
There's
more to
nothing
give.
left. Yeah.
Like I find that driving my dad's car, I'm like, oh, this thing feels kind of nippy, and then I put my foot down more, and there's just nothing. It's like, oh, that was full throttle. I wonder why it gets 35 mpg.
Yeah,
it's a
I
1.2.
had that in a 1 litre Igo X I had as a hire
Yeah.
car. Exactly the same thing. You go down like an inch on the throttle, you're like, oh, this is quite peppy, and then you've got another fucking 5 inches of travel where it does nothing.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement that like the current Qashqai could look a hell of a lot worse. But Duke is there's someone high up at Nissan who really, really cares. They're incredibly passionate about the Duke looking awful. Like
That's their job
That's the
title.
whole
You've got
job, yeah.
LinkedIn.
like because they were so passionate about it that they didn't that no changes were made to the first generation for nearly 10 years.
Yeah, well,
The
might not
Nissan
have had
Duke
the money.
Uglifier, the vice
Yeah, and then-
president of Duke
And it was like,
Ugliness.
okay, fine, we have to make a new one. But it's still got to look fucking awful.
They are. I mean, I don't know how common a thing it is outside the UK, but they are exclusively referred to as the Nissan Puke here.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Wow,
wow,
and
actually,
rightly so.
I've just found out the current Duke, the current generation Duke, is only made at Sunderland.
So we're the only country
Yeah.
that
Oh,
likes
God.
the Duke.
And the current Qashqai is only made in Sunderland and the Dalian factory in China.
I think actually, Sunderland being the only place where the Duke is manufactured in the world, I think
sense.
it does make sense. I think that explains a lot of what's wrong with this country.
Yeah, this is all we deserve, actually. That we've let this country rot, and this is the result.
We've allowed people to drive around in their Nissan Dukes for too fucking long. It's time to do something about it.
Not racist, just don't like them.
Send them back to Sunderland.
Anyway, yes. Moving on. Fucking Lotus. Like, again, this
Yeah.
is going to be a prime example of the hot air outtake effect. Because no matter what we say about this, the news will change after we
Yes.
publish this. Because it has changed about 3 times since we've recorded the last podcast. The current news is 550 people are being laid off at the Lotus Hethel factory because the Amira isn't selling, apparently.
So I saw this. Do you two know how many employees there was at Hethel before the cuts?
It can't have been many.
It was
oh.
1,300.
Yeah,
So
I was
550 represents
Jesus.
a big chunk. Well, it actually
It's nearly
represents almost exactly the same percentage as their percentage year-over-year sales decrease, interestingly enough.
Wow.
So in
Circle of
the
life.
first half of this year, Lotus as a whole, the whole company sold 2,813 cars.
Oh my god.
Which is a 43% year-over-year decrease from the first half of last year. They made a loss just in the first 6 months of this year of $263 million.
Fucking hell. When you think about percentage compared to, like, we think Nissan are doing badly, but, like, for Lotus to be such a microscopically smaller company and be losing, what, a quarter of what Nissan lost, wasn't it?
Well, Nissan lost $750 million in a single quarter. So, but
even percentage base, it's like,
it's
fuck Lotus, you fuck this.
Bad.
I thought I'd double check this. So that were those like 2,000 something cars in 2024?
So the first half of 2025, the first 6 months of 2025, they sold 2,813 cars.
2,830. Okay, and this is Lotus we're talking about. So bear
this
that in
is
mind.
Lotus, yeah.
In the entirety of 2024, Rolls-Royce sold 5,712 cars.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, like, each Rolls-Royce is like at least 500,000 on average, has got to be. So like, that's why Rolls-Royce makes so few cars, because they can afford to, because each car is Wonga Mega Spondulix. So to be selling, like, because double 2,800 is still less than 5,700. They're probably selling about as many cars as Rolls-Royce, and they're Lotus.
Yeah, it's they're selling. They're probably selling about as many cars as Rolls-Royce, and they are, like, to be honest, they might actually be making more money, more profit, or rather smaller losses as a result of selling less cars, because I don't even know if their top line electric cars are even profitable on a per unit basis. It wouldn't surprise me if they were. I
would doubt it somehow. Yeah,
you know, you think, like, you know, Rivian is losing what, like $30,000 for every car they sell. I can't imagine Lotus has found some incredibly unique way to be especially profitable in that market segment.
I would imagine that the Lotus, at least with the electric models, are a good, like, then for the wider kind of company, they're good for testing in terms of, like, they're sold in small numbers, so we can afford to fuck it up on this. But I highly doubt that they make any actual profit. They're probably just helpful to have in the, you know, as part of as a data set. But I would not expect them to make money on any of their cars at the moment.
Well, I mean, we can do some maths on it. Like, so they lot. So, they've got an H1 loss of 263 million and H1 sales of 2,813 cars. So that's going to be approximately around about $100,000 lost per vehicle sold.
Lol.
Or something.
Oh.
Yeah, around just under $100,000 per vehicle sold in losses. Overall, obviously, it's not an exact science, but that's ridiculous.
And it's clear that, like, they don't have any ideas about this, because, like, as we previously alluded to, whether they were, like, laying off people at Hethel, they went back and forth on, like, 3 times. Like, I remember at some point, maybe it was like 400, and then they said, no, we won't. And they said, like, oh, it's actually going to be 500, and then now it's 550.
Well, in July,
I remember seeing
the news was they're going to shut it down completely, and the company said, no, we're really committed to continuing to manufacture in Great Britain. And then obviously, we're a month and a half later, and nearly half the staff are going.
Yeah, and then, to repeat something I said before the podcast started, they've gone so back and forth on this that at one point the news was they're going to try and make the Emira in America. Like, what? They have...
That'll fix everything.
Yeah, of course. And so they just don't... No one... There's clearly no plan. Like,
no.
You know.
I mean, they are just going month by month, but some months they just have delusions that things are going to get better. Like, I don't really get it.
I think that the vision always was, you know, because they're owned by Geely, of course.
Yeah.
I think the vision always was, well, they'll lose money for a few years while we turn them around. We'll bring it back as an electric car company with a couple of, you know, ICE/hybrid sports cars. People will enjoy it. It will be basically break even, but it'll be good for revenue numbers, and we'll keep it going. I'm not sure Geely wants to lose $500 million a year on Lotus. Certainly not as that number grows and the years drag on. Even a company as big as Geely is going to be feeling the pain of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, when there is just no, like, there doesn't seem to be any sign on the horizon of it changing. Like, there's, you know, however many years it's been now of their kind of current plan, and it still just seems to be getting worse.
43% sales decline year over year is crazy.
No,
Especially
guys,
when
guys.
they...
It's all going to be all right, because they announced, they haven't revealed it yet, but they've announced that they're going to sell, or at least they're going to unveil, a new SUV.
Oh, yay.
Wow.
Why don't they... Where's the Avaya?
With a new SUV. No. A new SUV with a hyper hybrid powertrain.
What does that mean?
Right, we're just making new words today.
What does that mean?
I mean, apparently, yeah, like the Avaya does exist. Apparently, Jensen Button has one. But
Do you mean Jensen Button has the one?
Yeah, surely.
How much does he pay to drive it around? Maybe that's their losses.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
To my knowledge, the Avaya has not been made available to purchase to really anyone. I think they did like make a couple, but that if there is one on the road, it won't be a quote unquote production car.
No, certainly
It's
not.
been in development for
and the Avaya was like
7 years.
Even from the offset, the Avaya was a bad move for Lotus. Like,
Yeah.
I disagree. I thought I was quite excited by the Avaya, but everyone was still kind of quite excited about electric cars 7 years ago, and now they're just become normal, and petrolheads have decided they don't like them.
Because my thing with the Avaya is that like I'm impressed with it on a technical level. It just doesn't seem very Lotus-y to me.
No, it's more Lotus-y than an Electra, though, isn't it?
Oh well, yeah. Or an Amaya. Is the saloon the Amaya?
I don't even know. I stopped caring.
Yeah.
Well, they're never going to make one, so when it actually seems to be a real vehicle, then I'll start caring what the names are. But
I saw you do see Electras around those.
I saw one.
things.
I saw one in the car park of my local Waitrose, which I think speaks volumes.
I saw one today. Actually, I saw one today. Driving past.
Okay.
So they are about.
I see them quite frequently, but I also live quite near a Lotus dealer.
Fucking
but it's
hell!
Also,
Sorry, I was just reminded of how heavy the Electra is.
Yeah, it's
diabolical.
Fat. It's really fat.
2.6 tons.
Is that in metric as well?
Yes, that 2,634 kilograms.
That is a lot of car.
Crazy.
That is a lot of car.
Yeah.
I interrupted you. Continue. Sorry.
No, it's just every time I've gone past the Lotus dealer recently, it seems to have had fewer cars there, which is odd. Like, it used to be like the vehicles would completely fill the showroom and everything, and now they
I imagine they're leaving them unlocked because if they get stolen, they can claim them back on the insurance.
That's true. That is very, very true and clever.
A stolen Lotus
Maybe
is probably
Geely
worth
should
a
just
lot
do that
more
with
than a
the
sold
company.
Lotus.
Oh God, yeah. Rest in peace, Lotus. Honestly, I'm starting to feel like it's the prediction.
I don't know. I feel like as a mark, I don't know. I say that. I was going to say as a mark, it's got value, but what other strategy would a big buyer use on like?
Well, the thing is, it has value, but that value, I think, is being deteriorated every week. To be honest, they're making out these, with the Electra, which just is I hate to sound like a elitist, but it is a disgrace to the Lotus name. That it cheapens the brand, in terms of what it represents. Would you really want to? If you were making wanting to make your own little sports car, would you really want the Lotus name?
It's true.
I don't think it has that anymore. I think honestly they've kind of screwed that. Oh well.
Yeah, it's funny. Like repeatedly throughout history, Lotus has very nearly made something that will properly challenge like supercar elite stuff. You have the do you guys know about the Lotus Etna?
I don't
Not off the
believe
top
so.
of my head, no.
It was a 1980s prototype, fully functioning, I believe, that essentially took two of their straight fours, like the Lotus, like dual overhead cam straight four, and made a V8 out of them. And apparently, like 1980s mid-engine supercar with 335 horsepower V8. That sounds pretty like, Ferrari-esque to me. Then they got bought by General Motors and they cancelled it. And then you have the Lotus Esprit V8 with the twin turbo V8. That was initially planned to have like 500 horsepower or something ridiculous.
Yeah, but it was the gearbox or something.
It was.
that couldn't-
Funnily enough, a Renault gearbox.
Wow. Do we know anyone with one of those?
And I do actually, because I've worked it out. It's a manual. Obviously, it was a manual in the Lotus, but it was a longitudinally mounted gearbox that drove the sort of immediate axle, shall we say. So, yeah.
Nothing to see. Nothing to see.
No, nothing. But yeah, so because of the gearbox in the Esprit V8, they had to detune it to 350. Because when you think about it, because like it's a 3.5, isn't it? A 3.5 twin turbo V8 can and should make more than 350 horsepower.
Well,
yes.
To me, that's like a modern engine. Like that's you think about the V8s that we get in supercars, 3 and a bit liters or 4 liters, twin turbos. That's like fucking clever. To that's the right way of going about it.
Exactly. Yeah, it was
good power.
Years ahead of its time, and just held back because they didn't have the money for a proper gearbox.
Well, it's basically exactly like the 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V8 is exactly what Nissan were using in Group C in the 80s. That was their power plant of choice. They were making slightly more than 350 horsepower. But I imagine they weren't using Renault gearboxes.
Yes.
No.
But yeah, and it seems, I guess if you think about it in that way, the Avaya is sort of at that another sort of shop for the big leagues. It kind of makes more sense, but it's just clearly been so mishandled.
It had the Avaya, fully electric, 2,000 horsepower, fully electric supercar. Had that released as was planned in like 2020, that would have been something special. Car market was about to get really hot. People were like really, really into the kind of low volume bespoke supercar thing. They could have charged $2 million a unit and made a boatload of cash, but it never materialized. I don't know I'm sure we'll find out in the future. There'll be some kind of big, like someone will document it properly and we'll all go, that's what happened. But for the time being, it just looks like it was about to happen and then just never did.
Yeah, apparently in December, they confirmed that customer deliveries were restarting. You can't see I'm doing the wanking motion. You can't see, but so yeah, like because if they managed to get the Avaya out when they wanted to, that would have been this like big statement vehicle. They would have sold a handful but made a boatload of cash on each one, as you said. Then
it would have been a proper Halo car for their electric.
Exactly, it would have been a proper Halo car. Then, like, they could have introduced the Emira as like an accessible Lotus with loads of hype around it. Because even when the Avaya wasn't like still sort of vaporware, there was still a lot of hype around the Emira's launch. Think about how much more that
People
would have
liked the
exacerbated. Exactly. think of how much that would have been exacerbated, and then, you know, big if the sort of handling of production and delivery of the Emira had been properly handled. Then after that, you have the Electra and the Emea, and Lotus becomes a sort of viable, much lower production, but still sort of viable Porsche alternative. I can see that happening, but they fumbled the bag at every single opportunity.
Yeah.
The Electra and the Emea, like, they only work if there's an electric halo car that's actually a real Lotus. They only make sense if everyone can go, oh, they're the cash grab cars, like the Panamera and the Cayenne are to Porsche. They enable them to make the 911. But Lotus doesn't have that.
Yeah. It's just so frustrating, really.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Moving on.
It's depressing that we... every slide ends on... Oh, man. But...
That's... welcome to the Hot Air Outtake, baby!
Yep.
We've got
we
millions of dollars being lost.
Again. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking sick of talking about Stellantis.
But we have to because the news
I know we have to.
The news is, as a result of the current US President Donald Trump, I say current, I believe he's currently...
Might be
possibly deceased.
Yeah, I say...
Former, maybe, by the time this comes out.
Yeah, I think he's not so much residing in the White House right now as Schrodinger's box.
Yeah.
But...
they might be doing the Prince Philip thing where they keep him alive with a car battery for a little bit.
No.
But at least JD Vance has had 200 days of the best possible work experience.
Fuck me. That man. That baby is going to be...
I was going to say it's the longest bring your child to work day I've ever seen.
Oh, God. But, all right, bringing things back on topic. The news is, this was reported in late July, so already over a month has passed since this. But as a result of the various tariffs that Donald Trump was threatening to impose and then half imposed and then withdrew and then imposed again, etc., etc.
Yeah.
As a result of those tariffs alone, Stellantis has lost so far as of late July, $260 million.
Yeah, I saw. We'll need to see which one of these is most accurate. I have a slightly larger number as of late July, of a touch over 300 million euro. But either way, not good. I assume you've also seen their projected total year losses as a result of the tariffs.
Well, maybe not. I don't think enlighten me is the right word. Emburden me.
They are expecting, and this is the number that they've said is a worst case scenario, but what they lost as of late July was worse than their worst case scenario. They reckon they're going to lose 1.5 billion euro as a result of the tariffs. Just this year.
Jesus.
Billion.
That's rough.
That's numbers.
That's on top of the troubles that they were already having.
Yeah, I mean, like once you get into the those kinds of numbers, you and these companies are so big, like billion, you start to realize that, like, hang on, that's probably like half of Estonia's military budget, you know, or something like that. Like, this is such, like, this is country levels amount of money that is just disappearing.
Yep.
Well, someone's getting it.
Well, yes, of course. I mean, you can...
Indeed.
Money doesn't disappear, it trickles down.
I think it's trickling up quite. I think
Yes,
it's rushing
yes.
up actually.
Quite.
Yeah, not
It's
looking good.
astonishing amounts of money. And what's the news on Stellantis? They've unveiled the DS number 7.
Wow.
Wow.
There's
They're
an
gonna sell any of
electric.
those?
There's an electric Fiat 600.
Wow.
Wow.
That deal they did like last year with Leap Motor is still happening and is looking like it might happen. Awesome. Great.
Yay.
Whoop-de-doo.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, what is there? Like, we did a whole episode about this months and months ago, and I think
Yes.
the state of affairs hasn't actually changed that much.
No.
I think the tariffs, if anything, are only going to accelerate what we all saw was likely going to happen. Anyway, but again, Stellantis is too big, and
But it's sort of
has a
unlike Nissan, because Stellantis is sort of composed of so many parts. Stellantis can sort of be split off, or like the one great lump can become many. Like,
well, I imagine, for example, the US arm of Stellantis will probably definitely get a bailout. If things actually go tits up. The European side of things is slightly harder to say.
Yeah. Well,
I can't imagine that the PSA half, because France is usually pretty militant about protecting its own in sort of almost every economic sense.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Italy's going to be too keen to lose Fiat.
Exactly.
Either.
Yeah. I mean, Stellantis
but it might break Stellantis apart. Is the thing.
Exactly.
Stellantis may disappear.
Yes. That's yeah. I think that's one thing to take away. But
also,
the sorry, continue.
How long? Could this not have somewhat been seen coming when you make this absolutely giant conglomerate? It's going to get so complicated when they start running out of money, but
General
happening.
Motors, made loads of money. But General Motors, like when they had loads of brands, General Motors.
Yeah. No, how did that?
How much?
I've got a book on them, but it ends at 2007. I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
How much of General Motors did the US government own in 2010? Could we just get a little refresher on that one?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But because one thing I was going to say earlier is I'm less confident about Italy bailing out Fiat than maybe I am about the French government bailing out Peugeot, for example, because the current Italian government has not been on the best terms with Stellantis. They've I mean. The Alfa Romeo Junior is sort of like the go-to example. Like the Italian government said, you can't call it the Alfa Romeo Milano because it's not made in Italy.
Yeah,
but this is that kind of economic nationalism is why I think they might feel compelled to stay.
I'm kind of
to shove.
Yeah, I'm kind of flip-flopping on it a little bit. Like I think I wouldn't be surprised either way. It's the way I'll put it.
Fair. I mean, the current US administration has made it clear that they're actively looking at taking stakes in companies that aren't immediately about to fall apart. So, it really wouldn't surprise me if the US government kind of effectively bought Chrysler back at some point in the not too distant future. And I really think, as averse as Stellantis' board appears to be to any sort of deal, I think if the US government offered to take a stake in Chrysler, assuming it's spun out as a separate entity, they would have to be off their fucking rocker not to take that.
Yeah. No, that would be a poor move. That would be a poor move. Okay. Lightning round.
Yay!
Right.
Wow.
I say lightning round. It usually turns out to be the longest segment of each podcast. But anyway, So this is the new Gordon Murray Automotive S1. Is that what it's called?
It's something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
I figured one of us would know.
it is fairly obviously an F1 tribute car.
Unashamedly so. Unashamedly
yes.
so.
I mean, if it still has that Gordon Murray Cosworth V12 in it, it's just another. It's another Gordon Murray Cosworth V12 car. I don't really have much against it. It'll probably sound incredible.
I have now seen one of these on the road, like a T50.
Right.
I was down near Goodwood for the Festival of Speed, just driving. I was just going to McDonald's. It was just driving along. I was like, oh, that's T50. That's the most incredible thing I've ever heard. And they just drove off.
Yeah.
It's
the
Are all
the
the
S1
Gordon Murray cars? Sorry, just a quick question. Are all the Gordon Murray cars like center position driving like the McLaren F1 and the S1?
I don't think the T33 is.
I was going to say, I
Okay.
think the T33 is more of a conventional vehicle.
I think it is. I could be wrong, but I think it is. This one, though, the S1 is, because of course it's an F1 tribute car. And you will never ever see one of those on the road.
No.
Because they're only making 5 of them and they're all being sold to one customer.
What? Greedy fucker.
Hang on. Yeah, no, I just read that as you said it. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Which is a
Rude.
real shame because I think I really like it. I think it's really cool.
You know why one person has bought it? Speculation.
Oh, undoubtedly. That is a prime candidate for being like $45 million over the block in literally 10 years.
I'm sorry, but if there's 5 of a car made, you buy all 5 of them, you should be shot dead.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but they're only. It wasn't a car that was going to be made, and then this
did
guy
they
bought
kind
all
of
them.
fund it by?
It was a special request.
Right. Well, maybe shot alive then, but I still
Shot in the leg.
Yeah. We'll
To be fair, if you had the money, I would ask them to do it like one for me and 4 mates and be fun. Like, here's our car. We've got our car today.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've just read it's not the standard Gordon Murray Cosworth V12 in it. It's been bored out to 4.3 litres,
Oh,
12,000 RPM.
Wow. What's peak power out? But that's got to be what 700.
Oh, it's
brake?
they've only quoted over 700.
Okay. Which probably means 725. You know.
Yeah, like 710 or something. But
it probably weighs absolutely nothing at all. I bet it's great fun. Not that anyone's ever going to drive them hard because they'll be worth too much.
yes, yeah, 100%.
no, I think what you mean is not that the one owner is ever going to drive them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it comes with its own like intercom system. For each seat, there's like a little hanger with those like headsets.
Oh, I do
Fuck
like that.
off.
I do
Oh,
like
what, like
the Jaguar
Aston-
XJR15 had those.
And
Yes.
Is it the Valkyrie has that? I think
Yes.
as well.
One of the Aurora ones, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be great because if your passengers complain, you just turn them off.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on. I can't remember the name of this exactly, but it's what everyone is saying the new LFA is going to be.
Well, it doesn't really have a name, is why you don't know the name of it. I think it's just
Yeah,
called the
yeah,
Lexus
it's just-
Sport concept right now.
Yeah.
Imaginative.
There was that sort of V8 prototype that they drove around Goodwood, which I presume has something to do with this as well. Whether
I think it's probably this car.
yeah, but that one they seem very intent on like sort of tying in with Gazoo Racing. So is there going to be like a lower trim, more like hard racing Toyota version, and then a sort of maybe slightly more Grand Touring oriented Lexus version?
I'm
Maybe.
not sure. I think it wouldn't surprise me if. So I reckon it's not a particularly outlandish theory. I reckon it's probably going to have the same 5-litre V8 as the LC500 has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably probably with a few, extra bits on the top to give it a little bit more power.
Because they were planning on doing an LCF at one point that they then cancelled, and they were saying that was going to have like 680 horsepower or something. I reckon they cancelled the LCF because they started working on this instead.
I think you're probably right, and I think the Gazoo Racing connection might be that. I don't know how much attention you guys pay to GT class racing, but the Lexus representation in the GT class has been the RC for fucking ever.
Right. It's been a long time.
It wouldn't surprise me if this car found its way into some sort of GT class event, kind of going up against the kind of Aston Martin Vantages and whatnot, which leads me to believe that it's less a replacement for the LFA and more a kind of slightly higher powered replacement for the LC. Which is not a bad thing at all, because I think it looks fantastic. I've always really loved the LC. I think having a V8 powered Lexus sports car is an awesome thing. But it's not going to be the kind of crazy V10 nutty money loser LFA type thing that people are expecting, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I can't see that personally. I mean, even when they said off the bat it's a V8, so it's these days you don't make a V8 unless you're going for that kind of like burbly V8. Yeah. And if you're doing that, then you're not going for a ridiculous, like, near Formula One-esque LFA type thing. So
yeah,
I think people are labeling it as the new LFA because of hype, because they want it to be. But I don't think it's going to be that. But I'm all for this anyway, because I still think it's really cool, as you said.
I'm optimistic, but I don't think... I think, honestly... Like, when you think about it, when it comes to Lexus and fast Lexus, the LFA did its job. Like, the LFA made Lexus, like, F cars cool, I think. I don't think they need another, like, huge money loser to do that again. Like, they're never going to be mainstream, but I think the LFA and what that did for the brand did its job. So I don't think they're going to put as much into making it, making the best that they can make that would lose them a shitload of money. But I do still think that they have the heart, well, not the heart, I don't know, but they have the will to make something cool and fast. It just won't be to that level again.
Yeah, so I think, the only way they could really fuck this up is if they call it the LFA. If it is released as a new generation of LFA, they're going to wind a lot of people up. To be honest, I think that I kind of... This car does make me a little bit worried for Aston Martin.
I mean, that is what we were saying about the LC500, because it's just kind of like doing what we want Aston to do for a lot less money.
And I think... But the Aston always had a real... I like the LC500 for what it's worth. I think it's a good-looking car, but it's not a handsome car in the same way a Vantage is. That if that Lexus concept is what their final production car looks like, that is suddenly quite a handsome car. And I love Aston Martin, but if they're priced similarly, not that I'm going to have 135 grand to spend on a car anytime soon, but if I did, I'd probably have the Lexus.
I do find myself drooling over those Lexus.
Yes, I do.
To an extreme degree.
I do like the way this looks. But for me personally, it's because it's very well proportioned. It's still bold in its own way, but at the same time, it also... Compared to the LC500, it's playing it a little bit safe with regards to like modern design trends and stuff. I almost kind of liked the fact that the LC500 was just so, we're gonna design like it's so uniquely. It's like bear with me. The LC500 is the LC500 is almost like a Wes Anderson film, right? Like
I do actually know exactly what you mean.
Like it's so. like unapologetically and unrestrained in it doing its own thing. And that thing isn't for everyone, but I respect the hell out of it for doing it because it's still like achieving a very specific and like well-designed vision, I think, personally for me.
I agree. I like the LC500.
This,
reckon
in comparison, is just a little
The LC500
bit
is one of those cars I'm really waiting till they're kind of cheap, but not too cheap.
We've talked about this before.
we have talked about this before.
We definitely. I'm getting deja vu now.
I think they'll sell more of these because I do think the LC500, as much as I think it's a good-looking car, as much as I go wow every time I see one out on the road, I do think their looks are divisive in a way that this new car isn't. If it does end up looking like that, so I think from a business perspective, this is probably a good call. And I tell you what, even for us, I think if they do end up selling a reasonable amount of these new V8 sports cars, that's probably going to be the catalyst for LC500s actually maybe coming down in value a bit, because they've been pretty rock steady for a long time now.
Yeah,
that's just wishful thinking. I could just be pure cope, but.
Isn't that half the things we say are wishful thinking, the other half are cope?
Yes.
it's
take
all
your
we
pick.
have these days.
You can take the red pill or the blue pill.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say, just in relation to something that was said earlier, I don't know if the Lexus LFA made all Lexus F cars cool, because at least in the UK, I can't remember the last time I saw a Lexus F car.
Well,
they just did not sell. I think the LFA was almost too, because everyone thinks the LFA is cool, but I'm not sure that was extended.
RCFs, not that rarely. You do see them around. I'm trying to think though. Actually, maybe I haven't seen one for a few months.
The thing that I find is that I just don't think. I think the LFA did as much as it could, but I don't really think there's ever much of a chance of them sporty Lexus is selling well.
Like the LFA is like it's a modern classic. It's to make another like pop culture reference. It feels like the LFA, like having only existed for such a brief period of time, it feels like it's 1975 and we're talking about Jimi Hendrix, right?
Yeah.
Almost like it's something so recent but is now gone, but we're still drooling over and talking about how amazing it is.
Yeah,
like
it is amazing how big of an, because like the LFA is one of those rare cars that like even non-car people know.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't look that special, which is kind of part of why I like it so much.
Yeah. I think the LFA was one of those things that the moment it came out, you just knew that it was going to be one of those cars that sells poorly and becomes infinitely valuable one day. But
we now live in one day.
Yeah.
Should have mortgaged the house when I was a young child and bought an LFA, But,
I mean, even then, you'd have to mortgage one hell of a house to have been able to afford an LFA back in the day.
But they took years to sell. I mean,
but they never dropped that far in value from MSRP. They did really struggle to sell them, but they were never giving.
I think I could Mike Brewer myself into one. Yeah, I think if I walked into me age 5, like
stick your head there,
and then I get it. It's that would have been the good ending.
Anyway, moving on. The prototypes for the Twingo have been spotted on the road, and as is becoming perhaps a promising trend for Renault, at least from what we can tell, obviously because it's all in camo, but that is, at least the shape, basically identical to the concept car.
Yeah. It looks pretty much identical. It's a funky little shape. I like it.
And it actually looks, judging by where the door handle is, which of course could all just be smoke and mirrors and deception, potentially actually small? Question mark?
Yeah, I think it's going, weirdly enough, with like the bulbing, like popping up headlights, and the proportions in that exact picture, it is somewhat listing ideas of a wide, small car that I am
Wow.
thinking of. It is something a little bit pacerish, a little bit about it.
Yeah, I could kind of see where you're coming from there.
But they're sort of, Renault have realized that there is much love for the first generation Twingo, and are tapping into it. And,
They've timed this to perfection. They really have.
Absolutely.
That is what I was just going to say. It's like, they kept making the Twingo and it kind of adapted with the times, but this is the time for a reboot, when it can go electric. I think these are going to sell in bucket loads.
Yeah, no, there's are you guys aware of the YouTube channel Wonderful World? Or Zaki's Wonderful World?
No, I'm not.
I don't believe so, no.
He owns like 2 first-gen Twingos. Oh no, God, 3 maybe. He maybe even owns 3. Okay. But
normal person.
But every single video is like him trying to fix them up and stuff. It's quite fun. But anyway, yeah, and like the sort of the nostalgia cycle, as you pointed out, is perfectly timed for first gen Twingo Renaissance.
They got it so right. I've been seeing quite a lot of R5s as well, so I think
I've seen at least 2.
Yeah, I see quite a lot, and I like seeing them.
I like seeing them too. I think
one near
Renault
me that was crashed quite dramatically, but we'll ignore that.
And apparently, this Twingo, which will obviously be electric, will be the third cheapest electric car on sale in Europe. The only ones that will be cheaper are the Dacia Spring, which is of course also Renault, and something that I think it was like a Leap motor. It was Chinese.
How much is it going to cost? Do you know?
This, I think. Hang on, let me. I want to say it was like base. Yeah, 17.
Damn.
Wow, that's actually pretty good.
And it's going to be 70 grand with also dirt cheap lease deals or finance deals. You are going to see these fucking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
maybe it's time to buy some Renault shares.
Unironically, like
Renault have been doing very well.
That's not financial advice, to be extremely
cultural victory.
But yeah, like
knowing our luck, they'll be bankrupt by next week.
Oh yeah, next episode. Rest in peace, Renault.
But throughout, I think we've made comment in previous episodes of the podcast that Renault seem to be one of the only companies at the moment that aren't reporting some kind of like downward tilt. Certainly a mass manufacturer.
They genuinely seem to be doing quite well. I imagine they're possibly kind of perversely doing all right. I imagine they're paying a lot less tax as their Nissan stake deteriorates in value. So once all the dust settles on that,
I guess they also just don't have to worry about selling shit in the US. Like, they're not a company that.
True. Yeah, so they've not been nearly as affected by the tariffs.
No,
yeah, that's very true, actually.
So because like the only companies off the top of my head that like haven't reported some kind of downward tilt are Mercedes, BMW, and Renault.
I think BMW had a bit of a shock earlier this year.
Well, there you go. You know,
It did. Yeah.
So, I say companies that haven't reported some kind of downward tilt. Of course, there are many. Toyota as well. A bit like Toyota doing well, and at any given point is like, water is wet. Great job.
Yeah.
But I was talking about like establishment car companies. Of course, there are many Chinese companies that are like rapidly on the rise. But
it's hard. It's kind of hard to tell how genuinely well a lot of the Chinese car companies are doing, though.
It's such a new phenomenon. It's kind of like sort of why I sort of excluded them from the example I was trying to make. But yeah,
it's also it's not totally clear how trustworthy a lot of the financial information is.
Yeah,
just because of the unique way that a lot of Chinese companies are structured. That's a whole separate thing.
Yes,
long story short, Renault seems to be doing all right.
Yeah, I would be more than happy if I saw a lot of these Twingos running about.
Yeah, me too.
I look forward to seeing them on the road.
I was at a car show and they had a Renault 5 and I had a poke around the interior and I was like, it's quite nice. You know, it's a pleasant place to be. It's not perfect, but they're funky and I like them, and I'd like to have a poke around a Twingo as well. You know, if they do the kind of same treatment that they've done with the Renault 5 and lean into its kind of classic. Oh God, if they lean into the classic thing, what they're gonna, it's going to have like the Twingo eyes like everywhere, like the headlights in all of the designs. Yeah, no, I like it.
Moving on. Oh God.
Moving on to a block of flats, it would appear.
Yes, I put this in. So yeah, don't worry that the R35 is finally dead. We've got something
Don't
new for you.
introduce it like that.
No. I'm introducing it like that because that's how the Auto Express article that I found out about this from framed it.
No, it doesn't.
It
can't.
The Nissan Patrol Nismo that does have a 3.5-litre twin-turbo V6 with 493 horsepower. Why?
Judging by how enormous it looks, we'll probably get it to a top speed of about 7.
Yeah.
How much does it weigh?
So hideous.
Okay, how much does a Nissan Patrol weigh? Let's
I want to be slightly kind to it. Do I? Yeah, I'll be slightly kind. I'll be slightly kind to it. I've always liked the Nissan Patrol. I think the Nissan Patrol is, generally speaking, a cool car. Cool might be a stretch. A car.
I've seen how much it weighs. Sorry, keep going.
Oh God. Okay, I'll finish my spiel and then I'll immediately regret all of it once you tell us. I don't hate that they have done a Nismo version. I'll tell you why. It's because, and it's a totally different thing, but I saw a Toyota GR Hilux at my local Toyota dealership not that long ago, and I did think, that's actually kind of cool. And if we're going to live in a world that is dominated by SUVs, as we do, I like that manufacturers are still giving their engineers room to go totally nuts with a pedestrian car and make something that is incredibly useless, arguably terrible, and it makes me happy that it still exists. I'm not totally sure Nissan is the company that should be losing money to do it, but I don't work in their accounting department, so who am I to say?
So thank you very much for all of that. And I agree. Actually with sort of the underlying throughput of that. There is one small counterpoint. The Nissan Patrol weighs a minimum of 2,680 kilos.
Oh my God!
Hell.
Are you sure the Nismo they haven't done any weight saving with the Nismo version? No.
I mean, I can't imagine they would.
Carbon fiber interior trim.
Yeah. And that's the minimum.
Fucking carbon fiber tub to save any meaningful weight out of that.
If you want the Nissan Patrol can go up to 2,813.
And this
That's
is for
insane.
like
but that's got to be
fully
like the
petrol
hybrid
vehicle.
models. That's got to be like the hybrid models.
There
Surely.
not a hybrid one.
Oh my
No.
God.
Wait. I've run out of potential excuses. That's crazy. Do they do? Hold on. Do they do any of them with 5-litre V8s in North America?
No.
Are they only V6?
They're only 3.5 twin turbo V6s.
Oh Jesus Christ!
That's insane.
You can get in the because in America it's the Armada.
Yeah.
But they're basically the same car. Have been for a number of years. The Patrol will be available in other markets with a naturally aspirated 3.8 litre V6, which I can't imagine will be all that happy. Yeah. I mean, okay, 310 horsepower. That's still not a lot to move around 2.7 tons.
Well, the full big Nismo version's got nearly 500, so at least it will move, I suppose.
I still fucking hate it.
700 newton meters of torque. I really want to find out. Oh my god, the Nismo has air suspension as well.
Oh.
That's going to be great when that fails.
Jesus Christ.
And
come on, I just want to know how much it weighs.
all of this, and Nissan are losing money.
I just can't wrap my head around it, really.
It's shocking, isn't it?
Oh
my god.
How much does the Nismo version weigh?
2,845 kilograms.
That's
apparently.
more than any current one weighs!
Oh my god.
That's according to Nissan Saudi Arabia, and I'm certain they know their way around a Patrol.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my fucking...
2,845 kilograms. That's crazy. That's like...
You put 4 people in that, and that's pushing 3 tons.
That's my 80 series Land Cruiser with a Lotus on the roof.
That's crazy. How? Why?
What can possibly... Are they making the chassis out of osmium? What can possibly make it weigh that much?
Also, I'm sorry, but just this the
God.
Nismo way of doing it at the moment, with like that awful grey, the blacked out roof and wheels and body kit, and then the hideous red accents is possibly the cheapest you can make a vehicle look.
It is about as...
It's rip-off Hyundai N.
Yeah.
It
It's
is about
like
10
Anthem
years
Wick.
out of date. It is like very 2015 visually. In the worst
that was
way.
the last time that Nissan had the money to think about redoing it.
That's probably when this car was developed.
Yeah. Oh man. Miserable.
While we're on the
awful.
topic of Nissan, I suppose we might as well cover the 5-cra. I remember...
It's so Nissan. It's also in French Racing Blue.
Yeah. No, because I remember they announced this, but they hadn't unveiled it when we were doing the last episode, and we were talking about how they were, like, the press release said how they make it look unmistakably Nissan. And we said, yeah. And that is one of the few things we've called correctly on this podcast, was it would look no fucking different. And it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
They've tried so hard.
It still has the Renault. Arguably, it's like even more Renault than the Renault.
Yeah.
They've tried so hard. They've tried so hard to give it like K11 micro headlights. It hasn't worked.
No. And even then, who looks back fondly on K11 headlights, really?
I have like a couple of friends who have both like tried to find K11 micros because they quite like them.
I mean, I guess to be fair, the pre-facelift K11s look nice. It's the
I want to make sure that the K11 is the one I'm talking about. Like the little one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I do like the original ones of those, but that to me says more K12, honestly, with the big circles, and I think that's one of the most hideous vehicles ever
that's
produced.
true. That's true, actually.
It's done this thing. They keep doing this thing, and I really, truly don't understand why they've done it with the Micra, because the whole fucking point of the Micra is it's a small car, and yet they've done every trick in the book, as they always do, to make it look bigger. For some fucking reason. They've got the black trim on the wheel arches to make it look like it's riding higher than it is. They've got the big black inserts on the side to make it look like it's riding higher than it is. If they were trying to make it look like a K11 Micra, they have failed bloody miserably.
I've just made it look like a ugly car.
Yeah, take
they've
that.
made it look like they've made it look like a slightly worse Renault 5.
Yeah, well, yeah. I guess it's not. I don't know if it's
Which it
necessarily
is.
ugly, but it's just not. It's hard to look at it objectively when it's
Exactly,
a
yeah.
worse looking version of a good, funky looking car.
Exactly. Like it on face value, it's not necessarily immediately completely ugly. The problem is it's so immediately comparable to the existing Renault 5, and when you do that, it completely falls apart in comparison.
Yeah.
Is it significantly cheaper than the Renault 5? Not that there's any way it could possibly be without losing the money.
I don't know, and I can't. I would bet a lot of money on saying that it is not.
No.
I'm going to try and find out.
Fucks the
The
point.
one thing I just thought was that because Nissan have a dealership network in America, they'd be able to sell it there, while Renault don't. That's the only, somewhat intelligent move I can sort of glean from this.
So the new Renault 5 starts at £22,995. Would you like to guess what the new Nissan Micra starts at?
I'm going to say...
Is it the same?
£22,995.
Okay, cool. Right,
awesome.
brilliant.
Why would
Well, I
anyone
want
buy
a
the
Renault
Nissan?
5 from a company that might not exist in a few years.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. No, I as I said, the only sort of intelligent move I can glean from this is, as I said, they'll be able to sell this in America where Renault aren't present, so they won't have that competition. But
I don't think they will sell it in America, though. I don't think they will.
yeah, I mean, it'll have its appeal, and people, certain car nerds in America who see the 5 and want the 5 but can't get the 5 will be able to get this instead. It will,
But because
sell some, but
Nissan's advantage in America is they have American manufacturing, right? But because these are being co-manufactured with Renault, they're all going to be built in Europe and therefore subject to enormous tariffs.
yeah.
I'm not sure it's going to be cost effective.
Crazy.
Anyway, moving on to the Bentley EXP 15.
Yeah.
You're going to need to tell me about this because I've never seen that before in my life.
saw it and
So
tried to forget it.
this is a concept car that Bentley are claiming, which shows the future of electric Bentley.
I hope it doesn't.
And the reason it is here is because, completely unironically, when I first saw this and read that sentence, the first words that popped into my mind were, we really are all gonna die, aren't we?
Why are they do? I maybe I'm totally off base here. You can correct me. Well, not correct me. It's an opinion. You can jump on me if you disagree. I think Bentley's current design language is great.
Yeah.
I think they've really nailed it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I take issue with the Bentayga, but that's because it's an SUV and because
I think.
But I don't like the
Bentayga.
Very good.
The current
like the
Continental
Bentayga
and the current Flying
facelift.
Spur, I think, look
I
all
really
right.
like the Flying Spur. I think the Flying Spurs looked great for a decade.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if anything, the only issue I have with the Bentayga is the fact that I think the original taillights that it had on it were better than the ones they put on it now to kind of match with the rest.
The new oval ones are not.
I think
I don't like
I kind of have a soft spot for the Bentayga in terms of I do think it looks quite caddish and cool. It's I don't know. It
Fancy yourself
it's
a member
mean.
of the what's it called, the Bullingdon Club, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if that gets me, it's one of those vehicles that you just kind of know is owned by the worst kind of person, but I do like them. You know?
No, okay, so it is the Bullingdon Club. For reference, the Bullingdon Club, with former members such as David Cameron and Boris Johnson, and George Osborne.
The new Top Gear trio.
Yes, quite. Is nominally a private dining club of Oxford University. They are famous for basically being made of the richest people who are going to Oxford at any given time, and they go to restaurants and places of the like, completely fucking trash the place, like flip tables, sometimes smash windows, insult the staff, all of this stuff, and then leave by showering more money on the restaurant than they need to do the repairs or to pay for the food, thus excusing themselves of their behaviour.
Nice. It's kind of what they go on to do to the country, except without the second bit.
Yes. So, Bentley Bentayga?
Still would. Sorry.
Well, if you listening would like to be a host of the Hot Air Outtake podcast, please do reach out to us.
Not nice, but yeah.
No, but I do see where you're coming from.
House, I'm going to smash it all to pieces and then put lots of money on the floor.
Yeah.
Please do. I'm going to move out soon anyway. That would be fantastic.
Oh, right. Well, fair enough.
But no, so that I'm just sort of saying that, like, I do understand that, like, as much as like I don't sort of, you know, me personally, like. I think with the Bentayga, for me, it's a couple of degrees away from something that I would get and agree with, but because it's a couple of degrees away, I completely disagree with it.
I think it to me, it's one of those things that very much depends on spec. Like, some of them, like if it's like black with black wheels and everything, get in the bin. But some of them do look really good. But
I think it's one of those cars that, like, it's awful to own right now. It's one of those, you know, people often like to, you know, make jokes like in car enthusiasts. It's like, you know, once something becomes 20 years old, you suddenly find it cool no matter how shit it is. Yeah. I actually think, like, the Bentayga is one of those cars that will inevitably be significantly cooler once you can no longer buy them new.
Yeah. I think it's also just that, like, the kind of people that own them now will have moved on to something else. So
well, yeah,
it will be forgivable.
It's because you can't, you know, a person who drives around in a Bentayga now spends a fortune on it, or rather spends a fortune every month on it. And a person who owns one in 15 years, when they've depreciated through the floor, is potentially actually an interesting person. I'm sorry, I need to interrupt and I was just having a look on Auto Trader to see how much early Bentaygas are now, and I have found possibly the most interesting vehicle in the world. So that is
I genuinely, like, choked on my spit when I saw this thing. So you look at, because I saw this is the listing photo, and I saw it and thought, oh, you know, it's got the bright work, it's got silver wheels and everything, and then I thought, what's that on the inside? And what's on the inside? Is this?
Oh,
wow!
My God. Oh, good grief!
It's the Terry's Chocolate Orange car.
I've never been more offended by a vehicle in my life. Who chose that? Somebody.
Oh, someone paid real, actual money for it.
Imagine being one of, like, the highly trained Bentley, like, hand stitchers and crafters, you know, like, because that's the point of these cars. Like, this is a car that is hand built by, like, one of the few remaining, like, people who know this craft, and your job today is to, like, put the quilting and cross-stitch pattern into those seats.
I mean, I like
would
a
stitch
bold
my eyes
interior.
closed first.
Like, if that was red, I would forgive it. If it was tan, whatever, I'm sorry, I can't give a pass to that fucking abomination.
Tan in that, like tan with that kind of bright blue on the outside, that would be absolutely fantastic. That is diabolical.
Like, yeah, if that were, like, tan leather, that would be one of the specs I would be looking for if I were looking for a secondhand one of these. Like a dark, not even like completely dark, but like a blue exterior, tan interior. That would be great. That'd be awesome.
That would be fantastic.
I repeat, Terry's Chocolate Orange.
Yeah, it's such a bold statement, isn't it? Like,
and it's the wrong one.
So what we were saying about Bentayga owners, I think we're all on the same page now. Whoever buys them new, it's either like all the ones for sale either are that or black on black on black. So,
Incredible.
pick your poison.
But anyway,
Dreadful.
yes, back to the EXP15. It's the EXP15, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, that is a pretty big departure from Bentley's existing design language, and dare I say, shades of Jaguar Concept 00.
I was thinking that, funnily enough. Yeah.
Very, very similar in shape, actually, looking at it but like again, they took, because what I really liked about that Jag concept is it was unapologetically low.
Yeah. They've chickened out. They've jacked it up again. Everything has to be a fucking SUV now.
Yep.
I think the have they said they're actually going to make this, or is this just like a design concept?
This is a design
I think it's like the BMW, whatever they do, like every once in a while they're like,
Neue
this is what our
Klasse
cars are going to look.
thing.
Yeah, that's the one. It's this is what our cars are going to look like, and we go, please God, no.
Yeah, and so far it hasn't happened, and thank goodness.
No.
But yeah, so this this looks like something that the obviously comedically bad CEO is chauffeured in something like RoboCop. We're here. This is now.
I'm not sure it's interesting enough for that. It really does nothing for me.
That's even more of a condemnation. Like we're at the point where this kind of decadence and excess is sort of being put on show proudly and displayed, and it's not even as interesting as we thought it would be in the 80s.
I've worked out exactly what it looks like from basically everything from just in front of the front wheel, so the grille aside, from behind the grille, it's just a Polestar 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. It's doing like the fake jacked up thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Not interested.
It's a shame because I think that Bentley were doing quite well in terms of styling, and is not a good
continue. Hopefully they just don't do that.
Yeah, because a lot of the times companies do this. They show off a concept car. It's like, this is the future of our styling, and then they don't do it. So, holding out hope, maybe. In other news, it's all okay because Brabus have made another 1,000 horsepower ridiculous fucking Mercedes.
Awesome.
Good. Welcome back.
Yeah.
We've missed you.
Just every now and again, Brabus will do this where it's like, we put 1,000 horsepower into a Mercedes, and this time it's the AMG GT Coupe, which I think is better than doing it with the G-Wagon.
Is it an engine swap, or is it if they just got loads more out of the 4-litre twin-turbo V8?
I think they've just got loads more out of the 4-litre twin-turbo.
Because they push what, about like 500 and a bit, and then you can get like did they do a Black Series version or whatever the equivalent is now that was maybe 700? So 1,000's a big jump.
Yeah, I'm going to double check that. I'm going to see if I can double check that.
But then you think about it, you think like the 4-litre V8, if you look at it as in terms of like, it's double the 2-litre 4-cylinder. They got well over 500 horsepower out of that 4-cylinder in the C63.
Yeah, that bloody terrifies me. They absolutely should not have done that.
It will blow up. And this will probably blow up, but this could be excused to blow up because it's like, it's cool.
I think obviously you can get that much power out of displacement like that. Because it's quite an old engine now. I mean, they've been making the AMG GT for 9 or 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is based on the AMG GT63 SE performance, which
So, I mean, it's hybrid.
Yes. And the stock version of this from Mercedes is already 831. So going from there to 1,000 is, on paper, not that much. But on the other hand, 1,000.
Yeah.
Lol.
Yeah. So it's hybrid assisted. Is it still only rear-wheel drive, or is the hybrid assistance on the front axle like a lot of these?
I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't tell you that immediately right now. Brabus claim it'll do 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, though.
So it's probably all-wheel drive.
Probably. I'm now looking again at Brabus's website.
2.6 seconds.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is that with the Tesla cheating style 0 to 60? Or is that actually?
I don't know.
Fair. Fair.
But I'm looking now again at Brabus's website, and I realized something I didn't clock before. They make a shooting brake conversion of this.
Oh,
what?
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Please share that. Share that.
It's unfortunately not quite as handsome as I was hoping it would be. And I'm trying to get. You can't copy and paste any image off their. Okay, yes you can. I lied. Never mind. Here it is. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
That looks like a really bad render. I
don't think that...
Maybe that's just a bad angle?
Yeah, I don't think the colours and the lighting is doing it much favours. It looks a bit like a clay model.
Okay, so the reason why it looks like that is because I just got a close-up picture. It's like translucent, and you can see the carbon fibre underneath it.
Oh.
Which is a little bit tasteless.
You know what? It's got a little bit of M Coupe about it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I see that.
Because I want more cars like this to exist, I'm going to say emphatically that I really like it. Please, manufacturers, do more of them.
Oh,
if they don't have to look, please don't have to look exactly like this, but please do more of them.
It's one of those things where it's like when you write something at school and your feedback would be like, "This is a really good idea. I hope you do more with it." AKA,
yes.
What the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah. No, there's
oh wow, seeing it from
it's very it's very I got all the most expensive cosmetics in the garage at GTA 5.
Yeah, it is very GTA car, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
No, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Still sticking with Mercedes. This is the Mercedes AMG GTXX.
Once again, Mercedes have made a bionic fucking fish car.
Yes.
Isn't it? It's harkening back to a late 70s concept car.
Yes,
isn't it?
the C111.
Yeah,
the
C111.
Yeah.
Is also in spirit what they're doing with this, because what this car has done fairly recently is break the world record for endurance for an electric car over 24 hours.
Which means it's undoubtedly going to break the record for least units ever produced.
Yes. But like that's very much in keeping with the spirit of the records that they tried to break with the original C111.
Which I believe broke the record at the time for least units ever produced back in the day.
Yes, well, because it was a concept car.
Yeah.
But yeah, so over a 24-hour period, one of these managed to do 3,450 miles.
Wow.
Jeez.
Which, if we some quick napkin maths, that is an average speed of 143 miles an hour, which has got to be including recharges.
Yeah, it will be. Which means it was probably travelling a hell of a lot faster than that.
Unless it's one of those battery swappable vehicles.
Oh, maybe they probably were doing battery swaps, actually. They probably almost certainly were. I'd be shocked if they actually
now that you mention it, I wouldn't be surprised.
Or it can go 400 miles an hour.
Okay, I misread. It's 3,405 miles rather than 3,450.
Well, still impressive, but
yes. No, the concept vehicle claimed an average speed of 186 miles an hour and stopped only to rapid charge up to 900 kilowatts.
Oh wow, they actually charged it. Fair play. So hold on, it only stopped once.
No, like it's only
okay.
stopped repeatedly to.
I
believe is the
I
implication.
see. Okay. I was going to say if they discovered some sort of new form of matter to store the energy.
No, it's actually using. Like we've all been talking about, like, you know, lithium ion, sodium, solid state batteries. This actually uses antimatter.
Yeah, it's actually a 6-dimensional battery they've just developed.
It's a hypercube.
This reminds me more of the fucking VW XL1 than anything else.
I kind of know what you mean. I
Yeah,
kind of
I
know what
wouldn't
you mean.
say you see, when
It does
I first
look a lot
saw
like
it,
a
I
Tesla
thought
Model
it's
S from the
hideous.
side.
But I wouldn't say I dislike.
I'm not entirely because this is like sort of drawing from Mercedes's history of, like, every now and again we'll make a concept car to break records and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not against this.
No.
Really.
I think as a thing,
yeah.
it's cool. It's a cool thing.
Are they going to make it
aesthetically,
though?
design-wise? I'm gonna be the one to say it. It doesn't look good.
I mean,
It
front end.
doesn't.
There's some classic Mercedes race car. Which one is it that has that front end? Like, I can see what they're going for.
Yeah,
but
like it's almost
doesn't...
it's the front grille almost has like 30s Formula One.
Yeah,
About it almost. The headlights do make it quite fish-esque.
Yeah,
It's a Tesla. It's Tesla Model S from the base and the windscreen backwards. It's got the top half of the front section is very Maserati in the worst way, and it does then from below, from the grille down, is very much a basking shark, also in the worst way.
Is there a good way one can compare? I compare one's beauty to a basking shark. I don't think that really works.
Yeah, it's a basking shark with tiny little eyes, very, very far apart, that has been ran into the back of by a Tesla, probably on autopilot, that broke.
Yes.
And I'm not sure that's the way you describe a car that it looks good.
That's your. I think you've made a lot of valid points.
yeah.
My thing with the Tesla Model S is that at least the silhouette I've never hated.
No.
Like the silhouette of the S.
It's not, but it's too big. It's just like, there's something wrong about it. There is something wrong to me. There's something wrong about it. It's
Fair.
too bulbous. It's a strange looking thing.
My if anything, my issue with the way the Tesla Model S has always looked is I've always thought it looks far too plain and featureless.
That is a feature of all Tesla
the current
design.
facelift of Teslas look even more like just the most generic car. I can't understand.
They took it back to the drawing board and said, design it but less.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't get that. Why would you ever want a vehicle that looks completely like invisible basically on the roads? But oh well.
People buy them.
But the other thing that they did is that they kept it going, this test with this car, and it did enough miles to circumnavigate the globe, which I seem to remember is like 24,000 something, in less than 8 days.
Damn.
In the test, what they did. So evidently this is like some serious piece of kit that they've spent a lot of time working on, which means that if they ever does go on...
Steve Coogan and Jackie Chan on that.
I have that DVD literally next to me. Like, I'm holding it in my hand this moment because I found it and I was like, what the fuck is this?
What a ridiculous movie. I loved that movie as a kid. It's so fucking stupid.
I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Me neither. But now I want to. I
Maybe
want to
I'm gonna
watch
watch
a
it
dumb,
tonight.
stupid movie. It's like that and Wild Wild West with Will Smith were like the exact same genre of movie. They are the exact
Yeah, they
same
really
genre
are.
of
They are
movie.
the exact same genre of movie. They are.
But anyway, apparently the production GT 4-door coupe EV, fucking Mercedes, you gotta get better at this, man, is scheduled to arrive in the UK towards the end of 2026, will inherit the GTXX's mechanical package, with targeted performance figures of 0 to 62 in under 2.5 seconds and a top speed of 224 miles an hour. Okay, Mercedes.
I know what it's going to be called. I know what it's going to be called.
Go on.
It's going to be called the EQGT.
Yeah.
I'm calling it
Yeah, you're
now.
not wrong, actually, are you?
Yeah.
And it will look hideous.
Yeah. And it will be bought by no one, really.
Well, for the sake of my eyes, I hope that to be true.
I don't think... I think Mercedes EVs are doing quite poorly compared to how they would like, at least.
I don't remember, because I remember the first time I saw an EQS on the road. I remember the first time I saw an EQE on the road. Both stunningly hideous bits of kit. I am seeing quite a lot of electric Mercedes on the road, but they're all EQBs.
Right.
Yes.
Exclusively.
Okay.
Their kind of like saloon coupe stuff doesn't seem to be resonating. I wouldn't surprise me if they were doing better in Europe.
Yeah.
Here.
Keep them out.
I used to see so many when I was going to uni in central London. I saw so many EQSs. They were everywhere.
Are they all going to be like private taxis or something?
An EQS? That's expensive.
No, but I mean well, for like hotels and stuff.
Oh right, I see. Okay. Right. Yes. No. Yeah. Maybe.
That's probably the only business case it makes sense for, because you get some tax breaks. It's a
I don't know.
upscale Mercedes, so you can convince your guests that
It's not awful.
it's not awful, even though when they look at it, inevitably they'll go, ugh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only ever put them in it at night.
This is a night vehicle. You get an old TX4 during the day, and at night they will bring out the Bentley. Not Bentley, sorry. I've still got Bentleys on the mind. The Mercedes. I was thinking of better vehicles.
And to finish this off, I thought I saw this and just thought, okay, numbers. This is the Yangwang U9 Track Edition.
Sorry.
the what?
The Yangwang. Don't laugh just because it's got Wang in it. Come on.
No, I'm mentally 12. It's got Wang in it. I'm going to laugh.
I do concede that, Wang is penis. I do concede that. On the other hand, I'm sure this means something in Chinese, and yes, it does. Yang Wang means to admire or looking up, as in you're looking up at something.
You're looking up at the Wang.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway,
and we're off the air in China.
Many such cases.
Yeah. Yangwang is the luxury sub-brand of our good old friends, Build Your Dreams Automotive.
Did Yangwang do that? Did Yangwang do that absolutely horrendous, overpowered SUV?
Probably.
I have to find that, because I don't know if we discussed it on the pod, but please, while I do,
is that the
tell us about the U9.
Yes. Are you referring to the Yangwang U8? Which...
I might be. Give me 2 seconds, and I'll be able to tell you.
But either way, yes. This is the Yangwang U9 Track Edition. I want you to guess how much horsepower this has.
All of it, I imagine.
I'm going to say 1,800.
No, I think it's probably got more than 1,800, to be honest. Yangwang U9 Track Edition, what record has it achieved?
It is both the most powerful electric production car ever, and I think possibly the fastest electric production car as well, which I should hope.
2,800.
2,960.
That number makes me sick. I
knew it.
2,960 horsepower.
That's absurd, isn't it?
It's disgusting.
Has apparently this is an actual test that they've run. You know, this isn't just an estimation. At least to my current information, top speed of 292 miles an hour.
So you said it could do 290 miles an hour. Have they actually tested that?
To my knowledge, yes, they did. Speed was completed.
They've actually.
I'm quoting. This is the Auto Express article on this. So to quote, the top speed was completed on a German test track with Mark Basseng at the wheel, and if confirmed with an official top speed run, okay, all right, okay,
yeah, cool story, bro.
Yes. It will not only break the EV speed record, but officially put, whatever, sure, whatever. Okay.
Cool.
So, big if true, I think, is the thing to approach this. But
what is it? Chinny reckon or whatever they say.
Is it? Because, like, am I like... Maybe I'm just no longer a child, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I struggle to feel...
It's become such a clinical pursuit now.
It's really just numbers. It was the Yangwang U8 I was talking about, by the way, and I've got some numbers to tell you about that because it kind of. We'll finish on the U9, but I do want to talk about the U8.
The thing I find is I hate the idea that I've become one of those people that, you know, like cared about top speed and everything back when it was petrol, and now that it's electric. You know, I like the idea of, but it just when I guess it's the fact that the solution is from this point literally just going to be adding truly ridiculous, unfathomable amounts of horsepower to vehicles just for this. It just doesn't do anything for, like, I just can't make myself that excited.
It's like it's a solved problem, isn't it? Like
exactly, and there's no like there isn't any. It doesn't feel like there's any sort of challenge or achievement just to make an electric vehicle have 3,000 horsepower, 4,000. It doesn't
exactly.
matter.
That's sort of why I said it feels so clinical now. Because if you look back in history at like the sort of leapfrogging of fastest production car at any given time, I mean the like go-to example is always the Porsche 959 and the Ferrari F40. Those two cars are worlds apart. They are nothing like each other.
Yeah.
The only thing that they share really is that they've got a twin turbo engine behind the driver. Like the 959 is an astonishing technological showcase for the era, and the F40 is basically stripped of anything it doesn't need. They are complete opposites. And then it even keeps going, because then like the back and forth between like Bugatti and Koenigsegg was sort of very similar. Because like in that sort of same way, Bugatti were very much like the 959, these big, heavy technological brutes, compared to Koenigsegg's, which were super light and stripped out and just had a big, massive, powerful engine shoved in a very lightweight chassis. Like it was always interesting to see which way it would go, but we've sort of reached the point where, as you say, it's just throwing more power at the problem now. There's no, it's just there's no drama about it anymore.
No, there's no, like, it's all the same thing, isn't it? You just add numbers.
And to be honest, the Yangwang U9, it doesn't look very interesting either. Like, no, it's not. It looks like it. Actually, I thought when I first saw it, because I wasn't aware of the U9, I thought it was a new Zenvo or something. Not
yeah,
a Zenvo.
It does look very Zenvo-esque.
I immediately went McLaren. it just looks so generic.
Well, it's just,
it is an supercar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of
the new W Motors is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, the new Zenvo actually wouldn't have been that bad to talk about. In fact, we might still get away with talking about it because they've got a ridiculous new 6.6 litre quad turbo V12 in it.
I would like to talk about that, but can I talk briefly about the Yangwang U8 before we move on?
Yes, of course. No, please.
Because I have extremely strong feelings about the Yangwang U8.
I'm ready. I'm ready for you to lay it on me.
So, this is actually from more than a year ago. So this is not really a news show. But Autocar did a review of the Yangwang U8. It's basically a big SUV. I can give you a picture. And don't look it up too much.
Yeah, from what little I saw of browsing Yangwang's Wikipedia page, it looks very boxy. It in a way looks very much like our friend the Nissan Patrol. I kind of wanted to draw some parallels between it and the Patrol. So don't do too much research. Okay.
But it's a relatively powerful car, fully electric, got a few tricks up its sleeve. But I want you to guess two important figures. I want you to guess how much power it has and how much it weighs.
Okay. Well, given Yangwang's track record, I'm going to say it's quite powerful. I'm going to go in and say 800.
Fuck you, that was the number I was going for.
Hey, you did that to me earlier.
I'm 801.
Yeah.
There we go.
1,180.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man. All right, calm
And
down.
how much does it weigh in kilograms?
Oh,
please?
God. If this is like... Okay, I'm trying to get a sense of scale from the driver inside. This is quite big. This is a big thing. All electric. Nigh on 1,200 horsepower. We've got to be talking... God. That's actually... Okay, that's roughly comparable to the Lotus Electra, which, as we found out earlier, was 2.7 or something thereabouts. This is a bit bigger. And I say, you know, like, because we all know Lotus is known for its lightness, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So, factoring those in, I'm going to say... I'm going to have to go above the mark. I'm going to say 3.15.
I don't like thinking about this. I'm going to be optimistic and say 2.9.
3,000.
All right, yes. Big ups me.
460 kilograms.
Fuck.
And
the thought I had when I was looking into this, right, is you've got people who pass their driving tests in manual 1-litre Toyota Aigos who are licensed to drive a 3.5-ton, 1,200 horsepower Yangwang on the roads of this country. I don't want to be one of those people, but holy shit!
I'm thinking about.
I am also licensed to have a 3.5-ton Yangwang, and it is.
We're cutting that. You're not allowed that.
Oh God! I'm just thinking about how that would literally decimate my car into like shrapnel, wouldn't it?
It would decimate a house.
True.
If you hit a block of you'd just come out the other fucking side.
If you hit a deer in that, it would become dust. Like
it would be pink mist.
Oh my God!
It's genuinely absurd. I mean, they're like. People have been talking about it, for a while. It's been a common thing with like the rise of electric cars, and for a lot of the time, I kind of hand waved it away, like, yeah, you're just not really a big fan of new tech, like,
yeah.
But the fact that it is possible for a person to just get in a 3.5-ton, 1,200 horsepower car and drive it around town without actually having to have ever driven anything even remotely like it ever before, it is like, at what point, because not anyone can get in a lorry and drive it, because they can do huge amounts of damage if you get it wrong.
This thing has got to be heavier than like a decent number of commercial vehicles, surely.
Yeah, I mean, I've driven plenty of vans that weigh a whole lot less than that and also have like 140 horsepower.
God,
It's getting really close to being too heavy for like some bridges in this country, you know?
God.
I've discovered something. So that's the Yangwang U8. In April 2025 at Auto Shanghai, Yangwang unveiled the U8L.
Oh my god, they made a fucking bigger one?
They made a bigger one.
We don't need to see that. We don't need to see that.
They made a bigger one.
No, I'm afraid I have to. I do have to.
I'm going to be closing my eyes, putting my fingers in my ears and going la 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 la.
Just that picture I sent you can just look. The tires are just they're screaming.
I'm sending it to the chat.
Oh, awesome! Oh, that's just fabulous.
That's kind of funny. The dimensions on that kind of amuse me. I'm not going to lie.
But could you imagine that? And they're going to put even more power in inevitably. So imagine that it's going to weigh 4 tons and have like
it is
1,600 horsepower.
It is equipped with 23-inch forged alloys.
Wow.
Those wheels are 23 inches.
I can't wait to see one of those get smashed into a width restrictor. That's going to be a beautiful sight. It's going to be what Karl Marx dreamed of, honestly. Just watching those alloys destroy themselves.
Forged, and look how big they are. Like,
I mean, just the wheels alone probably weigh the same as a normal car.
Fuck me.
This genuinely disgusts me.
The front and rear Yangwang badges are made from 24-karat gold. This thing
I know. Taste and one's idea of gauche or gaudiness is a cultural thing, and I know that it is different in many places in the world, including in China, as to how it is here. I don't want it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the 24-karat gold badges, sure, whatever. I don't have it in me to really care, but I just the weight and the power, it does actually slightly worry me.
It is. It would only take one fuck up.
It really, imagine you don't have to do anything wrong. An old deer has, God forbid, like a heart attack or a stroke or something at the wheel, and ends up leaning on the accelerator pedal, and you'll take down a block of flats.
Exactly. I was about to say this thing could take out a fucking building.
Genuinely, and also it's like. Even they could be doing nothing wrong, but you're driving that along, a little residential street at 30 and a kid runs out. Physics dictates that is not going to stop that quickly.
I'm sure it's got super advanced tech. I'm sure it's got all kinds of torque vectoring stuff to reverse power on the wheels and apply the brake and do all of this shit. It's not physically possible for that to be reasonably
like
safe.
the momentum, the sheer momentum of this thing. Jesus. I just remember, how much does the Hummer EV weigh, actually? To circle back to Hummer a little bit, because I remember that weighing like
I think it weighs less. I think it weighs less than this.
No, it doesn't! Oh
God, how much does a Hummer EV weigh?
Hummer EV Edition 1 weighs 4,373 kilos!
You're joking.
But I always think it's forgivable. Not forgivable, but like it's a Hummer. Like I'm not. But this.
No, that's not forgivable.
Well,
that's not forgivable.
But it's like the Hummer H1, the original one, probably weighed not much less than that. They're
Holy
stupid.
shit.
They're not owned as actual. I refuse to believe that anyone owns that as their actual like normal vehicle. But this
gross vehicle weight of 4,700 kilos.
It's a Chinese EV, so it's going to be reasonably cheap. People are going to be buying these. These are going to be their car that they drive their kids to school in and decimate pedestrians in. Like,
to be clear, I don't necessarily think that these cars should not be allowed. I do think that you should probably have to pass some kind of large vehicle test to be allowed to drive them. I think we might need because we already have a tiered driving license system in this country, and I'm sure other countries do as well. I'm sure the vast majority of countries do. You've got your like motorbike license, you've got your car license, you've got your HGV license at the very least, right? I think car licenses should probably maybe be tiered. Like you might, because I just think you should be taught how to drive a car that weighs 4 tons before.
Because that's like
you can just drive a car that weighs 4 tons.
You have to.
Huge.
I think you need like an HGV thing for something over 3.5. I think it is, which makes sense. But even something that weighs, let's say, 3 tons, there has never been a normal vehicle that weighs 3 tons. Like if you were driving something that weighed 3 or 4, the expectation is it would be huge, a truck, slow as shit. You would have to adapt to it.
That's the thing. There hasn't been a thing that weighs fucking 3.5 tons and has as much power as a Bugatti Veyron or more.
Like, I would say, honestly, that the current 3.5 tons, when it comes to passenger vehicles, should be lowered. It should be like 2.5 tons. And if you have something heavier than that still functions as a car and being electric still accelerates fucking quickly, you should have to take an extra test for that. Or you should just be insured out of owning it, really, because I just think it's... Oh, God, it's...
No, instead... Like... No. We have to insure 19-year-olds out of driving a VW Polo. That's far more important.
Yeah. Like, the mental image of what that would do to even, like, a Toyota Aygo is genuinely, like, you think, in my mind, anything after the 2000s, after we started getting Euro NCAP, I expect it to be reasonably safe, even if it's a small vehicle. But that would just decimate, like, there would be nothing left.
Well, yeah, it'd be like having a crash with a lorry.
Yeah, like,
But a lorry that can do Mach fuck.
It's even worse. It's even worse than a crash with a lorry, because a lorry at least has lots of wheels and brakes to slow it down, and is bigger.
True.
So that kinetic energy is delivered over a wider area. Like, these cars are big, but they're still, like, the front of them is still smaller than an HGV or a lorry. That kinetic energy, roughly the same, as we're saying, because this is like 3.5 tons, could be going faster than a lorry would be. Like, these can do 70. Lorries can only do 55 on a motorway. Like,
and the people driving these have not had special training.
Yes, and so you have, like, potentially the same, if not more, kinetic energy being delivered to a smaller area.
Yeah.
In a vehicle that doesn't have the same number of wheels to slow it down.
I mean, what is it going to take for talks to happen? It's going to take some...
Oh yeah, it's going to take a
child being
accident.
Run over, or something.
It's going to take a horrendous accident before frankly, thank God it hasn't happened already, and I hope it never does. I hope this is something that I'm totally wrong about.
Oh yeah,
and
no, me too.
These are cars that thanks to increasing electronic safety features, they really are as safe as a 2-ton car from 10 years ago. I really hope that's the case. I did physics.
Yeah.
I did physics at school, and I struggle to see how that's possible.
It does actually genuinely sicken me. Like, like, what the fuck?
It's not okay.
Even if there's no other thing, even if there's nothing else involved in an accident, if you crash that just by yourself into something that doesn't move at even moderate speed, just like you were saying, the amount of kinetic energy that thing is carrying, it's just unthinkable. And to think the fucking Hummer EV weighs an extra ton on top is sickening.
It's actually all okay, because what we don't know is that the entire front of the car up to, like, the steering wheel is a crumple zone.
But that's the thing.
Because like it would have to be, surely.
In an accident with anything, whatever the other thing is will be the crumple zone, no matter what. Just because of the forces involved, whether it's a car or a house or a shop or a bus shelter or a bus, it's.
So just as a side note, I fucking hate it because it happened to me again recently. I saw like. It was like a Twitter post or something where someone was driving their like old Chrysler New Yorker, like it's like late 60s, 70s around, and said, I got rear-ended, and then I got out and looked, and the rear of the car wasn't dented at all. And it's like, okay, firstly, it's not dented because the rear of your car is a Chrysler New Yorker. It's quite high off the ground, and the car that rammed into you probably literally, like, the rear of your car rode up the bonnet. Which is why it's not dented. Secondly, that's not good. Like,
you're
lucky that the steering column didn't spring out the steering wheel and pierce your chest like some kind of low-grade vampire.
If it's the image I'm thinking of, where it's the big like, so that they also fake that image just for attention. But
great, awesome.
I get the principle is that like if there's an accident like that. It's great. Like I always felt in my Volvo like it was great. The idea that someone could hit me doing 15, 20 and the car would be fine is like great. I don't spend any money. But then as you scale that up, it's like, oh fuck, I don't spend any money. I'm paced inside this car. Like it's
you get put inside the pear wiggler. Like
basically. Oh. Yeah, I'm concerned. The idea that could be sold for not all that much money, and be on the streets.
To be honest, it's not the cost that worries me. I don't think it matters how much it costs. I really don't.
In China, the U8 costs the equivalent of £120,000.
Yeah, big expensive thing. But you know, like the.
But like you still see plenty of cars that are worth basically that amount of money on the roads these days.
The reality is that like that's the way that like Range Rovers are going. Like, is it totally out the realms of possibility? But barring a major advancement in battery technology that totally changes the way that we do things, is it totally outside the realms of possibility that in a couple of generations' time, you know, there's a 3-ton fully electric full-size Range Rover? No.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And on that note...
yeah. Drive safe, everyone. Drive defensively.
Yeah. I'm hitching everything on Team Renault. Give me more Twingos. Give me more 5s. Yeah. I bought a Renault. I'm full in on Team Renault. Please, for the love of God.
Full Renault cultural victory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't get turned into a paste by a giant electric SUV.
Yeah.
If anything, that would be bad for our YouTube revenue.
Yeah.
Stay alive so that you can keep watching the Hot Air Outtake podcast.
Yeah. Well,
see you again soon.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Look out.